you know what time it is. You know what day it is. And you know what we about to do. So welcome back to a Toss One Back Thursday in the house.
Oh, right. Hyped up tonight.
In the hizzy.
We'll be here guys having a great week out there. And we're going to throw down some beers. And as you can see, Shanna's here. So I can sit back and relax. Put on autopilot.
You
and
take
let's
the
see where
night
this
off.
train goes tonight.
Well, you know where it's going to go. Just may never know where it's going to end up.
It's going to go wherever it goes.
Y'all better strap on. Or strap in. Strap in. You might strap on. You never know where you end up.
True. It could be a strap in turned into a strap on. Maybe. You never know. You just never know. Just never know.
And if that's your thing, as Shannon would say, it's okay. It's okay.
It is okay. You do you.
That's right.
But now I'm like,
whoever.
With a strap on, you probably will do you.
but now I'm like, maybe we need a strap on. He made me think about stuff.
Damn it, Rod. Damn it.
But if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is what we do Thursday night. We kick back and drink a beer. We have a little fun. Hopefully, we make you laugh and provide a little bit of entertainment as we head toward the weekend. And I'm definitely ready to drink some beers tonight.
I will have to say this is probably a new record of jumping the track.
Yeah,
Right out of the gate. Right out of the gate.
Started it.
30 seconds in, and we already jumped the track.
He started it. I had nothing to do with that. That was all Rod.
True. That is true. Yes.
Well, the train started coming out of the gate. And I tried to stop it. And
He keeps coming. Strap-ons and trains. He's on a roll.
I was like dude in Unstoppable when I couldn't catch the train. The dude that was a fat kid from Remember the Titans, and it's like it's gone. It's
just let it go. You just let it go.
It's like we'll see what happens.
Who is this? He's talking about strap-ons and trains in like the first 10 seconds.
If you got strap-ons and trains, I don't even know what kind of party you're at. But
you said it. We didn't.
That might be them old key parties back in the 70s.
What's the music in the background is what I want to know. What's playing?
Like, let's get it on.
Yeah, there you go. Barry White in the house.
Oh my goodness. We are off to a quick fast start.
Yeah,
and welcome to the show.
This might be naughty.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for this one.
Before we even get into talking about, I'm just gonna say right now, I'm with Mike Tyson. I'm with Mike when
You already beat that guy on the airplane?
That dude was bothering him. That dude was
trying to fight him. That dude was trying to fight him.
Mike went and talked to him. He threw like a water bottle at him or something too. So I'm like,
oh yeah, we didn't.
Mike deserved to whip that ass.
Wait, how old was that dude? Apparently he didn't watch the pay-per-views back in the 90s when that dude, he get him grab a beer and the fight was over. Like, what the hell? Why would you ever, I don't care how old that guy is, I would never fuck with him. I would never.
Think, though, because he hasn't been like in the media for a while, that maybe that was like staged so that he could be relevant.
No, he ain't smart enough for that. He ain't smart enough for that.
Maybe it's PR agent.
Well, Mike is chill as hell since he's doing the cannabis thing, but that dude. People on the plane talking about how that dude kept bothering Mike. So
right.
It was like he kept bothering him, and then
I'm with you on that one. I'm with Mike on that one for sure too.
The way people acted up on planes, somebody had to get beat down at a certain point. Who better than Mike Tyson to get that door open?
But
you
then
got Will Smith slapping people. You got Mike Tyson beating down people.
But maybe also that guy did that so he could be famous.
Well, he might have. He's a dumbass. He's a dumbass if he did, though. I don't know what his name is, but we're talking about him, though.
Yeah, we're talking about him.
Yeah, you'll be famous for taking ass whooping. Be famous for it because any jury, if they went to trial, any jury would side with Mike. I mean,
right, yeah.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah, it would.
You're thinking of Mike from a long time ago.
No, he did, but I mean, like as a man with testosterone, you might see things differently.
Because there were women that back him.
No, I understand why.
Just thinking of Mike Tyson from a long time ago you have a problem thinking about.
I feel like I'm such a
don't get into mansplaining, Todd. I'm just saying.
True.
I feel like there's no reason to ever become. I mean, not in any reason not to become. There are reasons, but like physical violence is just like you can do.
Sometimes violence. People say violence ain't the answer. I'm like, a lot of stuff's come out of violence. Not saying that's where you want to go, but you're in a country that you benefited from violence, and we benefit from violence all the time.
Oh yes. So, oh God, don't even get me fucking started on that shit.
But that whole situation, it was just like, no, the dude kept poking. Like, why would you want to poke a bear? Why would you want to poke a bear named Mike Tyson?
So he can get on YouTube and have us talk about him. And
he just looked like an ass. And he looked all sad after Mike whooped that ass. But hey, people got their ways to get famous, I guess.
At
least he's not Johnny Depp in court.
Floated over big time.
Okay, no, but have you watched these clips? Like, I will literally watch a clip of Johnny Depp on the stand, and I'm like, this fucking guy can't get his words out. I'm fucking bored. Like, it will take him 10 minutes to say one, because he's like, and I'm like, I'm next. Yeah.
It kind of took him 10 minutes to say a word in a movie.
I was just like, this is.
You think he's acting it out?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe his brain is just too fried from the drugs.
Well, that could be too.
They gave up alcohol for drugs, so yeah.
Yeah, understandably,
Well, yeah, but I think he was still doing coke and stuff too. But
yeah, they're both toxic. They're both toxic.
Oh, she gets talk next week or whatever. So that's gonna be
I don't know where it's going. I mean, I don't even fucking care because it happened like a bunch of years ago.
Right.
But I'm like, sometimes you just gotta be. That's what happens when you have too much money. Your fucking brain cells evaporate.
I mean, Bill Gates and Elon Musk seem to be doing okay. And
as far as we know,
and Jeff Bezos, if they're having issues, they're covered it well. So I mean, they got the money to do it. So you got enough money, you can do it.
Yes,
you can cover it up.
No, but it depends on your definition of happiness.
Yeah, you know what? Nobody's gonna find about how bad people are until they're dead, like Hugh Hefner. Nobody knew about the whole stories until apparently he dies. Everybody, he did this. Like, you had no problem taking a check when you were there. That's
a smart man right there, though. I feel like, even if he was fucked up and he did bad things, like, at least nobody knew about it until he fucking died. At least he was smart about it while he was alive.
Yeah, I mean, I think some of them are trying to get some extra dollars out of it, but that's just me.
It could totally be that.
But shout out to the people there, Drunken One. Cheers, my friend. Have a great show. We will definitely try. As always, JV's in the house.
Sure.
JV got home from work, had a long day. Hope all is well. Cheers, Rajay, Todd, and Shannon. Cheers to you, JV. Hopefully you're ready to kick back and relax. Oh, no, it's Thursday again. Oh, no, right? That means it's almost a weekend. JT. Trez in the house. What's up? Shannon already cutting up. What's up? Yeah, Shannon. Don't take long to get Shannon.
Yeah.
Gilbert, cheers, fools. Cheers, Gilbert.
What's up, BG?
Oh, I think Roger might have been in Baltimore too long, right? Can't believe it'll be 3 months next week now. I've been in Baltimore.
Yeah, talking about trains and what else? And strap-ons. Yeah, Jesus, right. You might overshadow me tonight.
Favorite topics?
No.
Oh, Rod? You talking about Rod?
Strap-ons and trains, like within the first minute.
Unlimited orchestra, baby. Yeah, JT, you know. Driving, I can't wait to settle in. Yeah, get home, relax, and Trez enjoyed the beers I sent him, so glad to hear that as well. So JT and Trez, JV, Jay, have a great show. Appreciate that, Jay. Appreciate it, homie. What up to JT? Cheers from Gilbert. Trying to hit these early comments. What's up, Trans is in the house. What's everyone drinking?
What's up, Trans?
Second too, and hopefully Trans stays awake. You put a comment out there. You fell asleep last week, and she's like, "Damn it!" But that's a good thing with YouTube. It's out there forever.
You can watch it later.
That's right.
Yeah.
Why'd you get
Open that for me?
Why'd you grab this one for?
Find the other one that you had.
So Shannon's drinking Sam Adams cherry wheat.
I'm not sure. Where the hell did you get this from?
I don't know what you guys think about that one. We and Todd were talking earlier. For us, it kind of is like Robitussin, cough syrup, but Shannon enjoys it. She gets a nice kick
I think it tastes like a cherry car freshener, which I'm okay with.
But how many cherry car fresheners do you taste?
Why would you even say that?
But like when somebody says it tastes like shit, you've never really tasted shit, but you smelt it, so you're like, this is what I think that would taste like. That's what I think cherry car freshener would taste like. But I love the way I don't love the way that I think shit would taste or smell, but I love the smell of cherry car freshener. So this is what I associate it.
Strap in.
You didn't wait until 9 o'clock. And there's so much material right in there I can make a joke about right now.
Already.
Don't ask questions you don't know the answers to.
So much material right there in front of me. So I'm going to let it go right now.
You're like, thanks for tuning in. Have a good night. We're going to call it a night right there.
What are you drinking, Todd? Oh.
A coffee bear.
You're doing the coffee bear that came from Big Daddy.
Yep.
Nice. I haven't drank mine yet still.
Well, I figured you might want to do a review on it, so I was going to tell you I was drinking it, but...
Let me smell it.
Looks like a friendly bear.
I think 10.5 maybe.
Yeah, to 10.5. Should be 10.5, I think.
Yeah, 10.5.
What's wrong with that, Shannon?
I mean, I'm like not judging him because he can handle that shit. I can't handle it.
Sounds like he was drugging.
Oh God, that does smell really good.
It's pretty good. I'm not sure if it's as good as the regular, like, what's the other one called? The bear one it's like peanut butter or whatever.
That was what was the other bear that we have from Hot Butcher?
It wasn't coffee bear, but
that does taste really good.
It's pretty good though.
No, it was another bear.
But Todd has self-control. He can sip on that. Like I don't know how to do anything slow. Like I'm always right. Like
yeah, you're right. What are you asking me for?
I mean, you guys having kids. You have kids, you probably could do something slow.
No, we did that fast all the time.
Fat Bear. It was Fat Bear.
Fat Bear, yeah. I knew it was something bear, but I couldn't think of the name of it.
Yeah, Fat Bear was the peanut butter imperial style brewed with chocolate.
I think that one might be a little better, but this one is really good too.
Which one do you think smells better?
It smells like the Loudons or whatever cough drops that you used to
the candy cough drops
that you used to take when you was a kid. You was like, I need some cough drops because they were so good.
Yeah.
Your first drug fix.
Yes, that's kind of what that tastes like or smells like.
Yeah.
The lozenge.
I'll take that one.
Me too. I think that one smells
way better. I just smell
it tastes really good too.
I just smell the peanut butter in it.
I can't.
He's opening a Dovetail mailbox. Delicious. Dovetail does some good beers out of Chicago, so no complaint there. And always like a nice bock. Eric Trans guy got Blake in the house. Cheers, fan. Happy Thursday.
What's up, Blake?
And Blake is now streaming his game and stuff on his channel. So
I saw that.
Out too. Yeah.
Nice.
What's up, Blake? Everybody, Blake. Cheers, JV and JT. You're a lucky man, JT, on my way to care for a client. Enjoy. Oh, yeah, good luck with that, Trez. JT, a mailbox. Sounds good. What's up? Yeah. Welcome to the Shannon Show, right? I'm just here. I'm just banned. I'm banned at turning the comments right now.
We're all in the shadows. It's all her show. We're just here to watch.
Like I don't mean to do that.
You're fine, Shannon. It's okay. It's a compliment. It's a compliment.
That's what I tell her all the time. She doesn't think of it that way.
I don't mean to take over. It's just what I do. I don't mean to do it. It's just,
If it was a problem, he would have said something a long time ago.
Yeah. I'm like, don't bring her ass.
You're right, yeah. She was cool and all, but don't fucking do it again.
Big Daddy's in the house at Cheers sipping hot.
What's up, Big Daddy?
Grid. Double Grid's a pretty good one, too. And hopefully you got to enjoy some of those beers.
Just for you.
That's not very good can art, though. It's got a good smell and a good taste, but...
You like the can art?
Really good.
I like it, but... Now you made me feel bad. And I feel like somebody drew that in my advanced art class in the 11th grade. I mean, I really do. Maybe.
What are you saying? The Hot Butcher artist didn't get past 11th grade? Because he draws all the artwork and all the cans.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
Advanced art in the 11th.
Oh, it was advanced art.
Because in the 12th grade advanced art, this wouldn't fly. Just saying.
So again, you didn't graduate from high school, is what you're saying?
No, I graduated. No. You all, it doesn't matter. Let's just move on. I don't think you understand. It's okay, though.
Blake knows. Shannon Show rocks.
Love you, Blake. Love you, Blake.
Trez said, "What up, Todd?" And yeah,
what's up, Trez?
77 Tran, yeah. Cough syrup. Most cherry beers do, unfortunately. Yeah, it's pretty common in some of the cherry beers.
That is true.
Let's see here. 77 drinking a homebrew stout. Oh, very nice. So you brewing some nice beer. What did you do for your homebrew there?
Yeah, what kind of stout is that?
Shit taste of Sammy Adams cherry beer. So you're basically the same. Listen,
I am not up to the par of all you guys and your craft beers. But I do have to say this. Isn't this like at least a step up from Miller Lite?
I mean,
it is, yeah.
Like,
but
it's one of the varieties. They have 67, 68 different type of beers. So, you know.
Like, I bought this. I was at the grocery today, and I got it because I saw wheat beer, which I love wheat beer. And then I saw cherry, and I'm like, oh, I love cherries too. So I'm like, maybe I might like this.
I've always said, like, Sam Adams, because you could buy, like, the variety packs, like Sam's Club or whatever.
Cold Snap too, right?
Well, yeah, they do. Yeah. But just thinking, like, that's kind of a good beginner type craft beer because they don't do anything like exceptional, but it's all kind of
step up though from Miller and Bud Light.
No, it is. That's what I'm saying. Like
baby steps.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
A little bit of credit. I mean, you kind of care if you give me credit. I'm just like enjoying my beer.
Well, you go to our ladies, so you're in the
kind of beer. Taking a step back a little bit with that.
But from Miller Lite?
No, not from Miller Lite, but from other craft beers, like Karate said. Yeah, it was Our Lady tonight, so you are kind of sort of taking a step back.
But here's my thing. I'll drink a Hefeweizen all day, every day. But I looked for a Hefeweizen when I was at Meijer, but I didn't see one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I just cracked open the Hop Slam.
Ooh.
To get this one out. So.
That's when you get like 100 of them for like $5, wasn't it?
Caught a fish like this, but the fish was like this, really, by the time I told the story. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Shit, exactly. Rod.
We're back for $12.99.
But I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like you might need to get laid because you were talking about trains and what was the other thing in the beginning? Strap-ons, and now you're talking about fists.
Not fish, fish.
Oh, okay.
You're talking about fish.
I thought you said fist.
I feel like you've driven the whole scenario of everything here so far.
I feel like Rod.
So how long were you guys at Our Lady tonight? Like,
not long.
Not very long.
Getting the wheels greased.
Long enough, I guess. Apparently.
No, I think I only had like 3 beers.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I had like 3 Hefeweizens.
And then how many Sam Adams?
She's on her second now, so.
But I was drinking my first when we got on.
There you go. By 9:30, I don't know where we'll be.
Yeah, right. Might be rolling down.
Stick around.
Might be rolling down the hill.
You might see a cow in the backyard in the farm. Who knows?
There's a possibility.
That would be awesome.
See a cow come to the window would be hilarious.
I'd be out. If there was a cow, I'd be
that
out.
Would well, that'd be fascinating if that happened. One, because we're on the second level from the backyard.
I would probably get eaten by a cow, though. If there was a cow in our backyard, I'd be like, "Oh my God, come here!" And then
no, there's no doubt you would get eaten by coyotes.
Cow eats grass.
Yeah.
Oh, then so I could be his friend.
Yeah. Now you might get run over by a bull. But cows will usually run away from you.
Fucking men. Fucking species with penises.
It's just that species with penises. Mm-hmm. Hey, it's the
testosterone.
No. What's that one insect that's the female species that rips off the man's head after they mate?
Oh, it's
praying mantis.
Yes! Yes!
Like, oh, that was so good. Rip, you're dead. On to the next.
As it should be.
I liked it, but You're still gonna die.
Yeah.
They call these women that killed their husbands Black Widows. They should call them praying mantises.
Yes, they should.
Oh, Big Daddy's a coffee bear. Oh yeah, so yeah.
Oh, so good, Big Daddy.
Cheers Miscellaneous in the house as well. Another great beer channel you guys can check out. Which one do you have in the fridge? Was it cherry wheat?
Oh, please don't say, because they're going to judge you. They're going to judge you.
We don't judge. Nobody judges.
You judge, not us.
Commentary's not judging. Commentary's not judging.
I know. I'm just fucking with you. I don't really care if you judge me or not. That's a you problem, not a me problem.
Oh, Mortalis hit me. I've heard good things about Mortalis.
Mortalis.
Any of their beer though.
Oh, you haven't? Yeah. Joe sent me some on Mortalis.
Oh, Rod's house sounds like our house. Did you hear the sirens?
Yeah, I heard that. He's in Baltimore though, so
I thought you guys had farm and stuff behind you. Like,
we do.
No, we have like a main dragon right outside of our neighborhood, and you can see ambulances and cops all.
Well, and we live in a small town, so if somebody like picks up the wrong stick, the whole fucking squad of Sellersburg is coming.
Right?
Yeah. See, we're right here near University of Maryland Hospital, and then John Hopkins is like half a mile away, and then we got the fire station next to us. And
what floor are you on?
Obviously, Baltimore, you got all the police stuff. So 13th.
Right.
The third. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I got so many questions. How do you do groceries? Like, is that a pain in the ass?
We have to drive over to the store, and then basically we have an elevator. So it's more of a pain because in Baltimore they don't do plastic bags.
Oh yeah, I heard that last week.
Oh,
they stuff the bags. They do a great job stuffing the bags, but the handles will give out at a certain point, so it's a race to get to the car. To the elevator, but we do have carts downstairs that we can put stuff on, like the.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go.
But I'm gonna probably order one of those like pull behind it. That way, just put it in the car and just put the bags in there, not to deal with it. But we don't have like a grocery store. We don't really have one downtown. It's right off of downtown. We have Whole Foods. Technically, it is downtown, but it's a little bit of a, you got to drive through traffic to get there. But both of our stores that I went to, we have one that's all one level, but they're like elevators you have to go on a lot.
Well, we came to your house that one time during COVID, so I stayed in the car. I think you picked up a beer or something. And so would you rather... Is it easier to live in a house in a subdivision or in a high rise in a city?
After being here for a few months, I probably prefer high rise already.
That's kind of what I was thinking, because you have like don't cut grass, don't do none of that shit.
And I can understand that, but the thing is dogs, because I can never live without a dog.
Well, they get dogs around here. People got all kinds of dogs here. Small dogs, medium dogs, and big dogs.
Well, if you had a dog,
if they're like,
if you had a dog like Hazel, you wouldn't even have to take him outside anyway. So
I just need some green. I need some sky, and I need
walk around. I took a picture down by the harbor the other day when I took a walk Saturday. So you have green and stuff you can go to. But I think we're renting now after we sold the house. So condos gonna probably be the next thing. It's gonna be. I don't think I can go back to. I don't really want to go back and deal with the house and the yard work and all that kind of stuff. And
I can say that because he does all the yard work, so I don't really have to worry about that. But I don't know. I mean, I can adapt to anything. Oh, I saw that. I saw it. Yeah. Like I can adapt to anything, but that was cool. And I can love anything, but I just love the green grass and the blue sky.
Yeah. Well, the one thing about having a house, though, you have that separation though too, like I can hear we can hear like the neighbors and like the people above us. I think they may have a little dog, so you hear the dog sometimes walking around or something like that, or you hear sometimes a bang here or there or something like that. But so in the house you don't really have that as much,
right?
But then again, it's like when we were in Kentucky, it was like you'd hear like gunshots and stuff go off because people were like shooting shit out in the back or whatever.
Oh, I was going to tell you this, Rod. So, like, I have nothing against guns, but, like, when he goes out of town, rarely, or when I'm in the house, I'm like, oh, my God, he's gone. Like, I should probably have a gun or something.
Yeah.
So, I ordered our first gun.
Okay.
And my fucking stomach hurt the whole time. Like, the whole day when I ordered it, I was just like, I don't like guns. I fucking hate guns. But for me, I hate guns for me because I'm clumsy and irresponsible and.
So I'll let you know when we get it, when it actually comes, because that might be the last Thursday night I end up on the show because I'll come in one night and she'll shoot me.
If I was no.
Future Dateline episode, everybody.
So it was nice knowing everybody. I love everybody. I appreciate y'all.
If I'm trying to shoot you, I'm gonna shoot.
She would miss. Yeah, she would miss.
I would never hit him.
That's when you probably would, though. We wasn't trying to hit me, but then you would.
Well, then fucking text me before you come home.
I'm going to. When that comes in, I'll be like, "Hey, I'm coming in. Don't shoot."
Yeah.
No, having gun for protection is a smart thing. So,
especially
where you guys are, because you got, you're in this area where you have openness where stuff can happen.
That's true. I mean, I always thought about that too with our the farm behind us, but it's kind of easy access to get in if you really wanted to. You know,
I'm such a Dateline fan. I'm buying this gun online, and then if something happens to Todd, they'll be like, "Oh, she bought a gun," and they're gonna trace everything that you said about a gun.
That's right. Now he's got it on video too.
I mean, they already fucking knew I was gonna buy a gun.
Yeah, but now I gotta give a deposition.
Yes.
Now you're dragging everybody else into it also.
Oh my god.
All the viewers, they'll be talking to JT and Trez and Trans.
Yes.
They're like, I don't fucking know them except for
but I have something
YouTube.
To say
I don't
about
know.
that. If Todd dies, except for if we didn't have a daughter, if Todd died, I'd off myself too. I wouldn't want to live life without Todd.
Knowing the reception you get, they'd be like, he was probably an asshole. He probably deserved it anyway. So
no, he didn't. No, you're an angel. No,
he had it coming. It was his fault.
Quit saying things like that.
No, I'm saying that's what the views would say.
No, they wouldn't. They would be like,
he probably had it. He had it coming.
He always was a smart ass. So yeah.
Right. He didn't say much, but when he did, we didn't really like it.
No.
I said on the other hand, she was great. She would never. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Trent says he's gonna be hitting up Jungle Gyms. Inspire me off. Yeah. So the beers.
I'm so jealous, Trez. I'm so jealous right now.
I said Trez 4 beers, but not like your regular ordinary type beer. So he's some different things out of the box. So now he's going to try some other stuff he hasn't tried before. That's the whole fun of craft beer, is experiencing things you've never had.
So has Trez never been to Jungle Gyms?
Oh, no, he's been to Jungle Gyms, but he's been buying beers of stuff he never had, different stuff.
Okay.
I sent him a smoked beer and some other type of beer.
Right.
Had those.
And what's Trez's zodiac sign is what I want to know.
I feel like you already asked him this.
I probably did. I always fucking forget that shit. But
yeah, Jungle Gyms.
We try to keep a notebook on all of our viewers.
I should.
I know, right?
But
birth dates, time born.
But I like to try
favorite
stuff.
color.
Y'all didn't know Shannon was my Miss Cleo, did you?
I'm not a Miss Cleo.
You sort of are.
No, I mean I don't totally believe in anything. But
you believe in that?
No, I just like to compare what I know about their sign. They say the sign. I'm like, is it? I'm doing my research. I'm just doing research. I'm like,
Yeah, she's Miss Cleo. All I got is coffee. Definitely going to look at tomorrow, Blake said. There you go.
Blake doesn't have the fire water? What is going on with
Blake
that?
Blake took a little break from drinking.
Oh, okay.
Not smoking, drinking.
Hey, Blake, COD will do that to you. Well, no, it had the adverse effect on me. I want to drink more because I was so bad.
We figured it out, but Big Daddy was trying to tell Fat Bear. He was trying to tell us, but we didn't get down to him. But
Fat Bear,
Fat Bear?
And for those of you that partaked yesterday, hopefully you guys had a great 420, by the way. So a few of our viewers and friends, they
smoke a little smoke, drink a little drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Daddy, miscellaneous. I had a couple more tiles before. They were pretty good. Yeah, still no sign of the Hot Butcher at old half-acre type room. I don't know when they're supposed to get that open, though. So that's who's going into the space, from all I know.
Mortalis was actually at the 450 North Corn Maze Beer Fest we was at.
That was so disappointing.
You didn't get any though when you were there?
No, I did. But I think Joe had sent me some too in the mail a couple of times.
Well, I've got a second store now where I can get other half as well, which is awesome. So.
Yeah, so we need to do like a trade sometime here in the near future.
I get other half, and I can get what was the other brewery that I was wanting to get? I can finally get again. It's slipped my mind now.
Because I can send you like the old Cincinnati stuff in case
Tripping Animals. Tripping Animals. I can get them.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
More sirens.
Oh yeah. Well, we're right on the main strip to the hospital, so we'll have the.
But you're
probably hears it all the time.
So if you're on the 13th floor and you can still hear them.
Yeah, but it's funny when you see them moving through like traffic. Like people are like, they get the sign on, and people are like,
whatever.
They don't really move like we do, like where we were at there, where you guys are at, like
right.
Pull to the side of the road.
Get out of the way. Yeah, get out of the way.
Like, gotta find your lane.
Well, I'm like, I feel like in the city, there's no place to move to the curb.
Sometimes there's not.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Like, we're in the fucking, there's like this whole like movement here in our little town, and it's keep Sellersburg small. Because they're like moving all this shit, and it's not even that big. It's not even like
it's not really that big to begin with.
It's not even like.
But it is overran now as it is.
We have way too much traffic in Sellersburg. But
they were trying to do that with Independence before we moved because everybody was starting to come out that way. So that's the only sad thing about happened. We moved. They were actually getting a brewery out there like this year or something too. So
that's kind of the town we live in. It's kind of a little bit north of like. The main, like Clarksville, Jeff, whatever. Like everybody moved here. Now everybody's starting to move out to where her dad lives, which is like 10 miles north of us, which is kind of nothing. But they're building subdivisions and everything else. Like it's all everybody's just like moving as far away as they can.
About Independence, Kentucky, which I shouldn't be surprised because of the name. But when we came out, it was so depressing because people were like mowing shit in their lawn. Remember all that?
What happened?
He already knows what you're going to say, I think.
I mean, like, I don't want to offend anybody and the viewers, but it was like mowing Trump, Trump.
There's a lot. I mean, that's Northern Kentucky. That's Northern Kentucky. Yeah.
But I was like, how does fucking Rod live here? Like,
you can still have people vote for.
I know. But it was very disturbing to me. Like, I was waiting for an enjoyable ride, and then I was like, I feel so much like anxiety and like.
Next thing you know, door opened up and she goes rolling out. She was just trying to had to stop and pick her up. It's like, what are you doing?
But I'm also like, I've never had a political figure that I would be so like for that I would mow their fucking name into my lawn.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like. Yeah. Sometimes I should just shut up. I know that. I'm sorry. Like I know.
Oh, let's see. Gilbert's kicking off with a dry hop sour, fixed gears brewing out of Glyph, cherry training wheels, and McConnell's Irish whiskey.
Interesting.
Sam Adams makes some good beer, but their owner has done more to cripple the Boston craft beer scene than any corporate macro. You think so, JT?
What's he done? What's he done bad? Tell me so I never buy it again. Tell me his sins.
No, it's not nothing like any of these other places, but just the marketing and stuff, right? But he's actually in Cincinnati, like Sam Adams, because he's from Cincinnati. People pretty much enjoy the brewery there, and they make some of the stuff out of Cincinnati that you don't get in other parts of the country too. They have like special batches.
No, like I said, I don't think they're terrible, but I think they're like a good introductory craft beer for the style. But they do a broad range of stuff like cherry wheat or whatever. You know what I mean?
Whether
I know
this or low or high. I'm like, if it tastes good, it tastes good.
No, I know, but I'm saying like that would be a good like Sam Adams would be great for you to introduce you to different profiles of different types of beers.
But my problem is I'm all about the wheat or the Hefeweizen.
That's okay. I mean, it's fine. It's just like some people are like IPAs. They love IPAs or they love their stouts or whatever. I mean.
So just let me live my life with my Sam Adams. Cough syrup beer.
Nobody said nothing about it. Quit being so offensive. Taking offense about it.
If cough syrup was good enough for Betty Ford, it's good enough for you.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Big stout, almost an imperial with some hints of chocolate and roast, and it's on nitro, so it's a nice creamy head and full mouthfeel. Very nice, 77. I like that. JT says nice as well.
Sounds good.
Hey, at least my junk is on. Yeah. So since you brought that up, JT, I have no idea where Tucker Carlson was even going with that, but talking about something on his show, it was all over Twitter, and I was just kind of laughing at some of the people getting your testicles tanned. Like, who does that?
You mean everybody doesn't do that?
Listen, if you're getting your testicles tanned, and I'm the only one that sees them,
look at this.
You're wasting your fucking time.
Is my testicles tan? I mean, my arms ain't even fucking tan.
I mean, yeah. So I don't know what that was all about, but they were making fun about that too. But yeah, that's
So Congress is talking about
not Congress. Tucker Carlson.
Fox News anchors.
Well, just
talking
Tucker.
About
just Tucker is the only one I know that talked about. But yeah.
So that should tell you he probably tans his balls then.
But I'm just thinking
he's taking offense to it,
and it's like
Tucker should just tuck and go away.
Because I feel like testicles have scrotum skin,
which is
very sensitive, like a vagina skin, and to get them
getting hot in here.
To get those tan,
get your hot nuts.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm an old lady, and that's still like, and my skin is haggard, but that shit doesn't see the light of day. And if a man that age tans his testicles, he's went through a lot of work to figure out how to tan them and not burn.
Who's down there saying, "Oh, these are nice and tanned"? Like,
Tucker Carlson.
That is the bigger question right there.
Tucker Carlson with his handheld mirror.
Paying attention to that. That's probably true. Like, damn, these things are white. I need to put a little tan on these.
I need to tan my testicles.
I need to roast my nuts just a little bit.
Have you ever heard of a more first world problem?
If you tan them, do you peel as well?
I bet. You talk about jock itch. I bet those things itch like a mother. Like, why do you get scratches so much? It's like, oh, my balls are tan, and they're peeling, so now they're itching.
Wow.
Dumbass.
Thanks for making me like, oh my
JT,
God.
Thanks for bringing that piece up there. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Again, never know where this show's going to lead to. Keep driving that train.
And it's not even 9:30 yet.
My conductor's hat always gets me late, just like my conductor's hat.
What? My conductor's hat.
Good for you. Good for you, EG. Good for you.
I can understand that. I could get.
Oh, and Paul sews up. Oh God, it was just going down.
Yeah. Yep, not even 9:30 yet. We're starting to hit it. We're starting to hit that stride. The would you rather questions will be a lot better now.
Just getting into the motion of things.
Oh, Oktoberfest, Sam Adams clone on tap. Nice.
Ooh.
I do like the Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
I agree with that. They have a pretty good one.
Yeah. Good wife always puts his in her mouth.
Yes, I agree. They should. Yes, they should totally do that. Yes.
Oh, Paul, what's going on?
No, Paul does jokes all the time. He calls it like he's saying it.
He totally does. He totally does. That's what we love about Paul.
Yeah. True that, Paul. And Mortalis is good, but overpriced here. Yeah, that probably comes with that name and that title that people pay up for it. I've realized after going to New Jersey, and I found a couple spots here that one of the spots I bought, it was the Bourbon County Cola and the Bourbon County Cherrywood. I definitely went to the wrong place that was overpriced. I got the Cherrywood was $24.99 and the Cola was $29.99 at one of the spots. But I knew they were kind of in that 20s, and I figured with Baltimore price it was going to be something like that. And then It's a jersey, and it was like $24.99 for the cola and like $18.99 for the other one, and a couple other.
Oh wow!
Away.
Okay,
so it's a little bit different. A little bit different.
Well, I was gonna say the first pricing, I feel like it was kind of a range of what I paid for them here, probably.
Yeah, but there were some other ones that had less and stuff. And I went into the one place and they just had regular Bourbon County on the shelves this time, but they had that on there. And that's when I got the unboxing I did with the Firestone Parabola that I'll be doing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, I'll grab this because you don't see this everywhere.
I got, I don't know, 3 or 4 I think on the shelf downstairs.
Yeah, I got a bunch.
I need to dive into those here soon. I got a bunch I need to just get into.
I need to stop buying beer, but I keep ending up in places where it's just like I can't resist.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
No, you don't need to stop doing anything that makes you feel good.
I've got too many. I can't get to them all right now.
That's all right. It makes you feel good when you're doing it. Fucking do it. Do it. Feel good all the time. Feel good all the time.
Well, you like to, yeah. That's the goal. I mean, some people though, they get in trouble for that, trying to feel good all the time.
Yeah, but I don't feel like you're that person.
True.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy that was on the Southwest airplane, he was feeling good 4 times. And he kind of over in trouble.
Well, whatever. But I always tell people, anything that feels good, it's like a yin and a yang. Anything that feels good, there's a price to pay for it. So you have to be willing to pay the price for the things that feel good.
Well, did you see the Bill O'Reilly yelling at the guy at JetBlue or whatever because his flight was delayed for 3 hours? Like, and he's berating the guy, and he's just like, you're going to lose your job. He's all people are catching him on video and stuff like that and everything.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't see that either.
The employee didn't back down from him. They're like, great. And I'm like, dude, you're Bill O'Reilly. Why the fuck are you on JetBlue anyway? That would have been my question.
Exactly.
That's what I would ask him.
Exactly. Like, yeah, why are you here anyhow? Tight ass.
In his white suit.
But
that's
Colonel Sanders going down the Caribbean.
That's totally what I said. I'm like, why are you flying this airline anyway?
But what's the saying? Because when I take my medicine and I'm trying to go to sleep, it takes still forever for me to go to sleep. And the other night, I had this thought pop into my head. It was like a quote, and it's like, believe only like something you hear, like believe nothing you hear, and only like 50% of what you see. Have you heard that?
That's an old quote, yeah.
Yeah, right, and I was thinking about that because
that's probably true. A lot of truth to that.
That is the question of my life. It's like, should you believe? Is it better to believe everything or nothing at all? Because I'm like, I believe nothing.
I think we had that question on here one night.
I know. Well, that's my whole I believe nothing. And I'm like, I should believe in something.
I mean, I believe I can fly, but I ain't gonna try it.
Well, then you really don't know.
I believe I can fly.
You don't believe if you're not going to try it.
I believe I can touch the sky.
A vintage 3 flat near the Brown Line. I don't know where that is in Chicago. First floor. Lots of trees, gardens, and dogs here in the city. Yeah.
What city? What city?
This is Chicago.
Chicago.
Oh.
Guys, please reconsider that gun statistically is more likely to be used against you.
Yes, because it's like 80% of homicides are happening.
Oh, no, you ain't got to tell me. I already know that.
Like,
I already know that.
A lot of people don't lock it up and somebody probably finds the gun or they don't know how to fire it and it gets taken from them. See, somebody breaks in like, stop, blah, blah, blah. No, you broke in. It's already pow, pow, pow. Like, if you're going to do it, it's already done. Like, you can't sit there and try to.
Right. There's no takebacks.
Yeah.
No do-overs.
And they always tell you, if you're going to pull out a gun, you better use it.
Right. Yes. Exactly right.
Because I remember this when I was we were first starting, when I worked at the bank. And I think I was maybe 20 years old, 21, something like that. And a cop came in. I was the teller. And I was asking him about guns. And he was like, and I was like, if somebody broke in, I don't want to kill him. I just want to stop him. And he's like, no, if you pull out a gun, you've got to shoot to kill. And I'm like,
that's true. That's true.
Well, I mean, if I shot to kill, I'd probably hit the fucking drywall in the neighbor's house.
No, but you have the intent to pull it out, then your intent is you better go ahead and kill them, because if you don't, they're going to kill you.
Having a gun in the house just makes me sick to my stomach.
But you're the one that wanted it.
But I'm also like the state of the world. And maybe if I didn't have Kylie here.
I understand what you're saying.
I have a daughter, so I'm like, if Todd wasn't here and I was the only one here to protect Kylie, I would fucking like scoop his eyeballs out, slit him from his stomach to his neck, and fucking put his innards on my front porch.
Somebody
tried to threaten my daughter.
But first,
that's like somehow those things are thinking of Silence of the Lambs or something.
But first, totally the Silence of the Lambs.
But inquiring minds want to know first, before you pull the trigger, would you ask them what their sign was and then shoot them?
But that's a good point, though.
You'd be like, "What's your sign?" Okay, I'll let you live just because. But no, I don't like that sign. You're dead.
No, that's a good point, though. Don't you feel like I could connect? I mean, maybe I couldn't. Maybe I couldn't.
But come here, buddy. Have a seat on the couch. Let's talk this out first. But God damn it! I knew I should have robbed the house next door to you.
Why are you doing this? Like, what has happened to you? Why did this happen? Why are you here? Like,
she'd be like, "Let me get my phone. Let me get my phone out and call your mom. We'll see what she says about it." And you'd be like, "No, I'm done. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah,
You'll never have to use it."
And then he ends up taking the gun away from him. So,
you're right. True.
Yeah. DT said, with a gun in the house, we're more likely to off yourself. Sorry, this shit is personal to him. He's lost more than one friend in gun suicide. Yeah.
That's
but I don't know.
Absolutely true. No, that's true.
But I think that gets to a mindset, though, too, as far as, I know tons of people with guns, and, I think things can happen. If you run into a bad type thing, it definitely can happen. Where.
No, James, don't be sorry about Don't be sorry about that at all. That's a legit thing.
But I feel like that's a man thing, because
it's not.
If you're going to commit
I think men commit more suicide than women do, though.
Yes, but men, when they commit suicide, they do guns. Like women, they take pills, they do carbon monoxide, like.
But that doesn't have nothing to do with what he was saying. No, I'm just saying, like, that's personal to him. So it's like, don't feel sorry about any of that.
No, don't. I mean, yes, no.
Yeah.
Sorry that it happened to you, and
Yeah, I think it definitely gets into the mindset of the individual, though, too, and everything like that, as far as how that plays into it. Because there are certain things you can absorb. Some absorb more than others do. It's kind of like kids in school that they're so ingrained in some cultures. Them not getting an A, some kids will go off and do something because they got like a B or C or something, and some kids are like, you're still good overall. It's just
right.
There's a part of thinking in there.
Some kids are super sensitive.
Yeah.
And it's like if they have a little bit of like.
Well, people in general are not just kids.
Just tell a kid, hey, George W. was a C- student. He became president. So the world is still your oyster, my friend. Don't let that one get you down.
Well, you look like most of the top-notch business people. They never even graduated school, so it's like doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter.
There's a lot more pressure put on grades when you're kids, for sure.
Yes, you're right.
I used to be super sensitive. Like I wanted, if somebody said something bad about me, or I would just take it to heart, and it would just crush me. And now I'm like, if somebody says something bad about me, I'm like, it's okay what you think, but don't get me wrong, but I listen to him. If somebody says something bad about me, I'm like, well, can I learn something? Maybe I can be better. But I'm like, I don't invite everybody into my life unless I value their opinions. You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
I know I talked to him.
JT says always 420 somewhere, and 420 here as we speak. Blake said, right? Blake almost set himself on fire yesterday.
420, 421, doesn't matter. It's all good.
Just poured a milk stout with peanut butter, marshmallow, and cocoa nibs. Thanks, right? Yeah, let me. Well, don't let me know how I haven't done a review on that one yet, so you can't. Just tell me if it's good. It seems like it is. So
Send one of those to me. Damn it. Send one of those to me. That sounds really good. I'll tell you how it is.
So a couple 20 minutes ago, back in the day, he used a lot of underhanded BS against any competition. He sued people until they quit, moved, or joined him. Oh, talking about Jim Cook. Yeah. Yeah, he was kind of ruthless back then. From Cricket Run. Yeah, Cricket Run. Yeah. Big Daddy, that sounds like a lot going on at beer. How is it? Can you taste all that stuff? It's 421 now.
You're right, 421.
But the 420 people will never get that far because they'll just be like, hey.
Yeah, whatever.
That might be a better strain. I'm like, that might be even better.
I mean, I think it's only one time at Willie and Snoop's house, 420.
Be like, now it's 422. What's changed? Nothing but the date.
422. Yeah, so we'll be doing it all again tomorrow.
Right.
Brew your own and want to be placed to buy beer. Yeah, so that's the other thing too. I've actually brewed my beer for a while, and that's a fun type of thing too. But depends on what you're brewing and what you're drinking and what you're putting into it. So if you're doing like a craft beer, you can definitely save a few bucks by brewing some of the stuff you can do. If you're like doing macros or adjunct logs or stuff like that, you're better off buying at the store.
Right. Yeah.
It's a great hobby though. I won't brew again unless we get like a space when we move or something.
I used to brew all the time.
Got that extra beer, have a party, give it to friends, give it to strangers. I could with so much beer probably.
That's what I do, James. You had this one? Nope. Here, try
it. They see people in these pictures on Instagram where it's got like cases of beer. Like, where the fuck are you going on there? Cases of beer? Like when they go to like, some of these new beers being put out, you'll see them get like 3 or 4 cases, or their truck will be loaded up, or their van or something like that. And it's like, obviously you can't drink all that beer in the amount of time because they're all fucking triple IPAs.
Right.
So they got to be passing out or they're reselling it at a higher price to people, trying to make some dollars off of it.
True.
Because it does get some money out there on the secondary market.
Yeah.
Good way to kick a keg for sure. We believe in nothing, Lebowski. Tomorrow we will cut off your Johnson. Trez is back in the house. Welcome back, homie. My friend's sister wanted to use a shotgun to remove. Ooh, wow.
Oh, damn.
That sucks. Rod tell the tale on Melt. I'm interested. I just haven't done it yet. That's actually going to be something I'll try to review here next week or so. But my reviews are so far off now because I got like so much at a stockpile for the time we need to move and get situated.
Big Daddy, I'm going to a beer fest on Saturday, and I plan on maybe getting 1 or 2 beers from there. It's only brewery only. That I want to send out to you. So I'm getting it together. I ain't forgot about you. Rod knows I'm good for it.
I ain't good for it.
I ain't gonna forget about you. I'm just trying to get the right stuff together for you.
He's trying to get the perfect touch.
That's right. The
perfect touch.
And the ones like you said last week, I haven't drank yet, so that's kind of factors into it a little bit.
You would go way too geek homebrew. Yeah, I mean, there's so many different things you can put into that, but that's the cool thing about homebrewing. You're able to put your own little twist on things and add stuff and try new things and end up with a beer you're not seeing out there in the marketplace. So that's the fun point of when you're doing the home brew and being able to experiment like that. It's a good way to definitely learn about beer. Plus, messing with the malts and the hops and doing all that kind of stuff, you pick up a lot.
God, I wish, it been probably 10 or 14 years ago when I used to brew a bunch, was thinking like at the big boom. It's like, God, I should open up a brewery. I want to open a brewery. Like, no, there's so many opening up, but it's never going to last. And now here we are 10, 15 years later. It's like bigger than ever. It's like, gosh dang, I knew I should have done it back then.
Have you seen that Larry David commercial? Because that reminds me of, there's a commercial with them.
I don't think
so. And he's like, they're taking him through different stages over time. And like, he's back there like the old times. And it's like this guy, like, oh, I created this thing. It's called The Wheel or whatever. Yeah. that'll never work. And he's like going through all these different things. Like,
it's not. No. Yeah.
It is a cryptocurrency commercial. Now it's like talking about crypto. The guy's kind of pitching like, that'll never work. That'll be a fad. You know, he's like, I'm always right about these things too. Best hobby ever. Started with Mr. Beer. Now half my garage is full of homebrew shit. Definitely. A lot of breweries, a lot of their brewmasters started out with Mr. Beer. Mr. Beer, like people don't realize that's started a lot of people out getting into brewing.
No, and Shannon's brother used to brew all the time, and he had like the deal where you like put on the wall like a conical or whatever that you could drain it out at the bottom, and he sold all that. He sold all that shit. I was thinking, God, like 15 years ago, I was like, why did we not come up with something? Because stuff he brewed was pretty good, but he was always like the German style. He was like the Hefeweizens, the German type beers, and those always like IPA stouts or whatever. And he'll drink stouts, but he's not like much on the barrel aged stuff. And I was like, that'd have been like a perfect combination of like brewers, because like he could brew what he thought was good on the styles he liked, and I could brew like the stuff that I liked. You know what I mean? Like it'd have been like totally would have been perfect.
Could have been your calling.
I know.
Oh, you spilled the whole fucking thing, didn't you?
No, it was poured over.
His cup runneth over, people.
It did runneth over.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Too much for the cup.
That's right. A little too much.
All right, so let's go to beer number 2. Now, this is a beer I have not had before.
I know.
Uh-oh.
I will have a review upcoming on this one as well.
Oh, I got a question.
Because I have another one. So this is
hurry up, Rod. Hurry up.
Yeah. Or don't, because I'll forget it.
This is going to be a look at the 6 Point.
Oh, I ain't had the 6 Point in a while.
Pineapple resin.
Oh, yummy.
6 Point pineapple resin. Hazy double IPA with pineapple. So we're coming down off the 10% on the Hop Slam to 9.1 on the 6 Point. So I always enjoy some 6 Point out of New York. So this one open.
Kind of makes me wonder. Like, I don't know that I've seen any 6 Point here for a while, honestly.
Well, they got this new. It's the first time I've seen it, I think, in their pint can. I'm used to their little skinny silver cans.
Right. They're like tall cylinder ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, kind of makes me think, like, you hear those beers, like, I don't always, like, seek it out, but when you say it, like, I don't know that I've seen it for a while. Maybe that's kind of like it doesn't catch my eye, so I don't know.
You haven't seen what?
The 6 Point, which is out of New York. Yeah. I think it's New York, isn't it?
Yeah, New York.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the brewery is 6 Point.
Ale brewed with pineapple puree and natural flavor. Pretty cool artwork. I like that little skull with the glasses there. That's cool.
I think I went to that.
But you're right, though.
I think I went to school with that kid in the 11th grade in advanced art.
Is this better artwork?
It's probably you. Is probably what that is. I feel like
they all went to the same brewery.
You're right, though. That looks weird, not being like the tall, slender can.
Can I ask my question before? Tell us how you feel about it.
First,
No, tell us how you feel. I'm just like, I know if I don't do it, I'll forget. But tell us about.
I mean, I'm going to do a review on another one of these, but this is.
You like
resiny. It's resin, so it's resiny. It's got the dankness.
Sweaty balls.
Yes.
I was going to say musty, but I never.
Same thing.
I've never been down around the sweaty balls.
Me either. Just assuming. What I've heard.
I have. So
you have.
You got sweaty balls sometimes.
I do.
Yeah,
are you a special human and your balls don't get sweaty? Like, are you a special unicorn in the world?
I like to think so. Don't ruin my time.
I'm sorry. Yes. Your balls aren't danky or what was the other word?
Resiny.
Resiny?
No, resiny is a jory.
Musty?
Musty. Yes, musty. No, they really aren't. Todd is a very clean person.
All right, let's go on to the next topic.
But when I surprise him, I'm like, hey, But so as soon as I get out of the shower, Todd's like, hey, because he knows I'm good and clean.
Trent said, I love 6 Point. The resin is awesome. Yeah, resin is definitely solid. And this is nice. It's got a little pineapple twist on it, so it's not bad at all. With the brewing shops and local grain mills, you can go bonkers in Ontario, even spirit barrels. Trent is cracking up as well. Where do you live, Todd and Shannon?
The metropolis.
We're gonna get it done soon. So are you coming for what reason? No.
The metropolitan area of Sellersburg, Indiana.
We live in southern Indiana, right on the Ohio River, 7 miles from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's probably about Louisville.
Basically,
Kentucky would be like Cincinnati. Like I can tell you wouldn't know where it was.
Right, yeah. So Louisville, Kentucky, basically.
Yeah, we're
we're in the Indiana side of Kentucky.
That we know more about.
Sweaty balls.
We know more about Cincinnati and Indianapolis than we know about Louisville.
Yeah, we probably do.
Yeah,
actually.
because when we go on weekend trips or anything, we always go to Cincinnati or Indianapolis. We never go to Louisville.
That's true.
Yeah.
Salty like a goza.
Oh, yes. What was that fucking beer we had? And I was like, I love salt. And it was so salty. It was a goza when we were.
It was a goza, yeah. I don't know.
It's hard to shoot people in Warzone hearing about Todd's balls.
Come on, Blake. Makes you zone in and shoot the shit out of them guys.
But you know what is good? You know what's
right? True, Blake. True.
But you know what's good though is that we've been together for 24 years, and I still know what his balls smell like.
I've never watched the Red Table series, but I swear we gotta be better than the Red Table series.
Well, it was at one point.
Yes.
Maybe not now, but
no curtains needed. IPA.
That's a very good name for that. That would be my first IPA.
Now drinking Fetter Doppelbock by Beguile Brewing, a mighty 8% lager aged 6 weeks in oak barrels. I've heard good stuff about Beguile. That does sound pretty tasty.
It does sound good.
I prefer a woman fresh off a jog.
Hey, I'm not judging.
To each his own, EG. To each
pheromones. Pheromones. Yes, pheromones.
It's like PA Brew News. Off a jog.
Right.
No.
I was say, is that Paul or is that Eric talking right there?
No,
Who's that?
The question, when we were coming back from Our Lady tonight, I was telling Todd, I was like, am I most people are kind of just live their life on an even line. And I feel like I'm so happy. I'm just kind of am I so happy because my life's going to be shorter? And maybe I'm like, would you rather live?
Oh, here you go. Would you rather?
This is the first one.
This is a sneak peek. Here we go.
Always speaks the truth. Love you.
But would you rather?
True, James. True.
Live a shorter life being so happy, or a longer life being kind of not happy but not sad?
Just be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Because I feel like I'm so happy. I'm not always crazy happy.
That's a good question.
But I'm never really sad or down in the dumps.
It's a sneak peek coming up.
Yeah, I'm like, what would you rather be? Happy for a shorter time or chill for your whole life?
I'd probably take chill for the whole life.
Yeah.
You would?
No, he would rather be.
No, I thought you were agreeing with that.
No.
I was saying, that's not what you said
no.
an hour ago.
No.
You take the happy short life?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm already living that life.
Crotchety dress. You'll take the chill.
Everybody's got a crotch. I want to
get to the get out my yard, point in my life. That's like
Oh,
hey,
I grew
kids, get out my
no,
yard.
no. I grew up in my neighborhood when my mom and dad before they got divorced. I lived across the street from that guy, and his name was Larry. And all the kids would be playing in the street, and they step 1 foot in his yard.
He'd come out the door.
He'd be like, "Get off of my lawn! Get off of my yard!" I'm like, "Oh, that poor guy. He's so miserable. Like he might need a hug, but I was like 5.
You might need a little bit more than a hug.
For sure, but I was 5, so I didn't understand. Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic in there.
Yeah. Or maybe
that's pushing the boundaries way out of bounds. Well, I don't know, Larry.
People
so
in
maybe
his basement.
Depending on what state you're in.
Did Larry have a van?
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
No, I don't know.
And candy. Or ice cream.
I do say this, though. It's like, I feel like every time I have sex, I have fun for a really, really short time.
It totally does, Blake.
Yes,
it
totally does.
You're happy for okay.
But it's kind of an analogy, what I was just saying. It's kind of like, would you rather have sex and get like a really good feeling out of it for a short time, or would you rather just drag it on and then finally get to the end?
That actually is probably
Blake's living his best life.
Get, right? Whatever life.
That's not a bad way to look at it.
Unless you're like Varsity Blues. I don't want your life.
That's a good movie, though. I like that movie.
That was a good movie.
Sounds like Larry needs to wash his balls and tan.
Wash and then tan.
God.
You can't do the vice versa because it wouldn't work so good.
Maybe
I don't think.
Make a device would be a washing and tan and ball station.
I can promise you.
There you go.
I can promise you. If you are fucking a woman and she's worried about if your balls are tanned, you're fucking the wrong woman.
I don't know if she's worried about it more than the guy. It's got to be like a guy's inner thing or something like. There's got to be something.
Apparently, Tucker Carlson is worrying about his tan balls. And if I've ever heard a first world problem, that is a fucking first world problem. That tops all of the first world problems I have ever heard in my entire life. Fuck Tucker Carlson. Or my balls tan.
Wow.
I've never worried about if my vagina's tan. What a fucking privileged little bitch. He's a privileged little bitch. Fuck Tucker Carlson. Fuck him.
Oh, let me Monster House. Hoppy, long, short, depressed, and shit is high as hell all the time. Yeah, no, whatever. Yeah, whatever comes your way, you just deal with it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Agree, JV. Feels a sweet corn and meth heads imperial stout. There's a name for you.
Yeah.
Oh, these treads are cracking up. 3 minutes of heaven, just like a fruit fly.
Yes, exactly.
Just to be happy.
Yes. Happy for a short. Yes, absolutely.
Please, assholes.
I feel like your dating pool is very small, JB. I don't feel like,
No, that's a quote. That's not him saying
That's a quote.
That.
Yeah, that's the quotations.
He's making a quote, talking about if he was. Shannon, you're looking too deep into it.
I know. She always does every time.
I do that.
See the quotes? Quote,
Yeah. But when I see quotes, I feel like somebody said that. So I'm like,
well, somebody didn't say it.
Yeah, I want to know who said that.
He might have been making it up.
Because I need to talk to him and tell him that life is about more than tan balls and bleached assholes.
Must have the wrong one, Shannon. Mine is so ready asking who are you? Unite me and shit like that. Untie me.
Untie me. Wait, Blake, is that the bear talking?
I was thinking that more at Paul's house than Blake's house.
True.
It's okay to tie
and Tommy's that's totally
it's
Paul's
okay to
house.
tie 'em up. But that's a lot of trust you have to have in somebody to let them tie you up.
Probably, and maybe one of the people he paid for said, "Hey, you know what? You should get them tan. You should get your balls tan."
Yeah.
It's a new thing. It's what the kids are doing nowadays.
That's what they do.
Oh my God! Wow.
Drink a Tide Pod and tan your balls.
Oh, I guarantee you, he only pays for sex. Who would fuck him?
No, that wasn't him. That was the guy that did the Catch a Predator. That was on Dateline.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
But he got in trouble for something too.
Oh, that was
something.
What was
Chris something? Chris Jansen.
Yes.
But he got in trouble for something. That's why it's not on now, I think.
That's why you don't ever go on TV.
That's because he was a predator himself, wasn't he?
All these fucking politicians think that they're going to go in and nobody's going to ever uncover their secrets. Well, they're going to fucking uncover the secrets.
What'd he do?
He did something that was like...
I don't think I've heard that one.
Oh, shit. I have to type it in here.
I am a Dateline fiend.
So what'd he do then?
I don't...
do you know?
I remember hearing something. But
he was a predator himself.
No,
he's like, we're busting that guy, so while I'm here.
No, but he was the one that
are you up to it?
Dateline. And he
I know
like,
who he
track
was.
People into coming into the house.
I know. That's what I was saying. He's like, you're going to jail, so I'm here.
Oh,
so what are you doing?
He bounced some checks. He was charged with larceny. I thought it was something else he had done too, though.
But isn't that sad? Like,
wow.
He bounced some checks. Everybody could probably bounce a check.
They got a mugshot on Google and everything. Yeah.
But if you put yourself out there, then even a bounced check could like put you.
Oh, wait a minute. There was more. It's Hansen, 51, famous for the host of Catch a Predator, allegedly been having a steamy affair with a 30-year-old. He was caught in a Sting report. That's funny. He did the show. He got caught in the Sting.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But with a 30-year-old.
Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen was it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean.
That's what I mean. He's like, oh, we caught you. Now you're out of the way. What are you doing tonight? I'm here.
Listen.
He was caught in the undercover sting operation arranged by the National Enquirer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, I think the worst thing for me to do would be to ever cheat on Todd. But that's not compared to what he was putting out in the light about fucking sex traffickers.
No, in a sense, it's funny, but it's sad at the same time. It's
but I feel like
all comes around.
Men do that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm saying
I think it's doing this caught in a sting myself.
That's what I'm saying. It's funny, but it's sad at the same time because it's the same thing he was busting dudes for. Now he's getting in trouble for the same thing. You're right. Who's thinking me?
This kind of seems familiar. Hold on for a second.
You're right.
No.
News crew comes out oh, wait a minute. I didn't sign up for this.
Oh, no, I have a question. I have a question.
What network are you from?
But I'm if you are going and your job is to fucking put into light people that are fucking molesting children and trying to traffic children, doesn't that make your sins
not so bad?
Not so bad. I'm just having an affair on somebody.
No, that's
not that bad. That is
so bad.
The Bible doesn't say one doesn't get less degree than another. It just says it's a sin.
I don't believe in the Bible. But
no, that's what you're saying. That is true. That could totally be
way worse. So I can get away with this.
He's I'm not. He's I'm not praying on I'm not praying on a 17-year-old. I get a 30-year-old, even though I'm 55. So whatever.
Shannon's preparing her defense when she meets Guy.
No.
I know you're holding that against me, but think about what this person did over here.
No. I'm not saying that's how I feel. I'm saying that's how.
It's not so bad. It's not so bad, right?
She's St. Peter knows what I'm talking about. Open the gates. St. Peter knows.
No, I would fucking roast Chris Hansen for doing.
She's going, how old are you? Well, that's not so bad. I just saw you last week trying to save a 17-year-old, so it's okay. You're good.
In his mind.
I know exactly what you're saying. You're totally probably right.
No, his ass should have totally been roasted for fucking around.
No. I'm saying in his mind, he probably was thinking.
But in his mind, yes.
It's a 30-year-old, so it's okay. It's all good.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Shannon, you should do stand-up.
Hey.
Oh man.
Trez, don't nag her on.
I'm not hilarious. I am not hilarious.
Oh, you're pretty hilarious.
No, but I just say the things that people are afraid to say.
Yeah, she is funny though.
That's what comedians do. They say stuff that other people.
I'm just free. I'm just a free spirit.
Yeah. Tony Westmore said that. Blake's, I agree, Trez. See?
Aw.
Tammy. Oh, you talking about Tommy? Who's that chick? Tommy, what you call? I think she's had her 15 minutes of fame now. Tommy Lauren. She was another one that was kind of like out there. Oh, Todd, you're lucky guy to have a lady make you laugh all the time.
No, he knows. He knows. He tells me all the time. He does.
I trust no one to tie me up. Thank God no one wants to.
I get that.
Tucker have small peckers.
Yes, that's what I was getting ready to say. Like
every time I see Carlos, I think of George Carlin. He talked about names, and he talked about Tucker as part of one of his skits one time. It was hilarious.
Well, you know, we went tonight to the brewery, Our Lady, and it was super crowded. And it was like they were having this, like, because the Kentucky Derby was coming up. And they were having like a little thing of like pop shop of this.
Oh, yeah. It comes up in May. I forgot about that.
The derby hats and the dresses. And we pulled in and I was like, oh, I fucking forgot. There's going to be a bunch of basic white bitches here. Snooty white bitches.
Big hats. Big hats.
Yes. And then we came in to the bartender that was there. And this is a fucking brewery. And he was making mimosas. A flight of mimosas, and I was like, "Todd, was I right?"
She's like, "See, I told you."
But then I was
no mint juleps.
No, but then I was
not yet.
I'm judging these women.
Everybody judges at some point,
but I don't want
very
to
true,
judge.
Very true. That's what I said.
It's part of human nature.
That's what I said.
But then it came to my mind that I'm like, you know, I don't judge people.
Like if you're in the middle of Walmart or something and you're looking and you see somebody doing something, you're like, look at this motherfucker over here. I mean, that's just you're gonna judge.
No, but
you're not gonna stop them, but you're gonna keep looking. You're like, he is not about to. He is not.
Carry on.
Yeah, but I'm more likely to judge people.
You make my life feel way better.
I would make a million excuses for those people, but if there's some snooty white bitch that's got Botox and a big fucking diamond ring and those are the people, and I'm like, I shouldn't do that because you don't know who they are, you know, because maybe the people that most people judge at Walmart would look at me and be like, oh, that's snooty. So I'm like, I told Todd, we were sitting at, and they were like, I thought I was whispering, but I don't know how to whisper. No. And I'm like,
her whisper is like our normal talk. I'm like,
yes.
She's like sitting right behind me. What are you doing? Like, be quiet just a little bit.
I know. And I know that about me. And I'm like, thank you for telling me that. But there was this woman at the end. Did you see her? Did you finally look at her?
Yes, I saw her.
I mean.
After she punched me in the face, like, why are you with that bitch?
She said that to you?
She did. She punched me in the eye and said that.
Well, she was like.
She punched you in the eye?
No.
I
saw her.
Somebody punched him in the eye. I'd fucking take that bitch down.
I saw her as she walked.
Take her out.
I saw her when she walked by,
But maybe I'm wrong because some people are just quiet and reserved.
I don't even know where we're going with the story at this point.
I don't either.
Was she uppity or something, or was it?
Yeah, I mean that's what I felt, but maybe she wasn't. But I looked at her and I judged.
Maybe
her.
it was her dress-up day, and she just one time.
That's where you're going with it. Was like judging somebody
because I feel like I'm not a judgy person, but then I see people like that, and I'm like, I am judgy, and I need to get past that because maybe she's a very nice person. You know,
people are always going to be judgy,
but I don't want to be judged because you miss so much about people when you judge them from your first interaction. You know,
I would say maybe it's not saying they're judgy, but people, you're going to get a feeling about people before you actually meet them, I guess. So you're not maybe being judgy, but you're going to have a different because your interaction is based off all your previous interactions.
But
so all that comes into play. So you're going to have a idea of how that person is going to be.
Which, in a sense, you're always kind of judging before.
Yes.
Yeah. In a sense, I mean, whether you mean to or not, you're always in your mind. You're always
you need to be aware that you are judging.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody always is.
Yes, they
regardless.
are.
Everybody always is.
It's like
whether you want to admit it or not.
I've had one of my good friends from up in Kentucky before we moved down here, like, known him for years like that. And we were talking one time drinking. He's like, when we first met, I just thought you were like the biggest asshole. It's like really, because we met at work. And
like bourbon.
He was just like,
I don't want to taste it.
He was just like, it's like you never like partook in anything, and you were kind of like always doing your thing, and it was just like if somebody asked you a question, you'd be like, what is it now? What do you not know? Like, it's just
right.
But there was like, but you're not really an asshole, but it just kind of felt at first, and like he's one of my best friends. It was kind of like I just didn't want to be bothered. He's kind of like I get you now, but at one time, and you have people that'll have perceptions.
No,
we had this conversation tonight.
Yeah,
like one of his best friends,
my best friend.
He was a professional bowler when we started dating, and I'm like, oh my god, he's like,
well, it wasn't in, but
whenever I met, I'm like, he's such an asshole, and then when I finally we all started, I had a miscarriage and he fucking sent me flowers. He was sometimes you gotta dig to get what's valuable,
Yeah.
But he was also kind of the person that's like, I want friends to be my friend because of me, not because of what I am, sort of kind of thing. Like,
you're a little more defensive.
Because you don't know, me doesn't mean you're my friend. I want you to be my friend because you're my friend, which we were, because I've known him since we was like 5 years old.
Right.
And first time, yeah, she's right. Like first time she met him, was like, he's a fucking dickhead. Like why are you friends with him? And then wasn't long after that, she's like, oh my God, I love him so much. Like he's great. I'm like,
sometimes
that's why he's my friend. I'm like, that's why he's my friend.
Work for.
Yeah.
No.
But he's got so many people in his life. Like he just keeps like the close people close to him, and everybody else is kind of like,
right.
Yeah, we're mutual friends, but we're not really friends. Like
there's different levels. There's friends. There's associates.
Exactly right.
Buddies,
exactly right.
Buddies
exactly
and
right.
Yeah. That's what I've always buddies or friends. Are they your buddy or are they your friend?
Like we used to go have lunch like once a week when I worked over here on this side of the river. But now that I'm over Louisville, I don't really see him that often. So we make like once every month or 2 months maybe go have beer and wings and hang out, whatever, just to catch up. And it's just like there's never ever time to ever pass. Like it's just kind of one of those people, like when you just like doesn't seem like time, even though you're apart, doesn't seem like time's ever apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
that's
the way he is.
But
like
as
with
a
me.
wife, he'll come back and he'll tell me people are talking shit about their wife, and I'm like, do you know? Maybe he does. It's none of my business if he does. But I'm like, if I thought you were talking about shit about me, she doesn't let me do A, B, and C, or he was just it would fucking break my heart if I thought he was just talking shit about me. Because I don't talk shit about him.
Well, I don't do that about you.
I don't think he would lie to me.
I ask you to come on Thursday nights. Why would I not?
He does.
I mean, it's not my show.
This is the part of the show when Shani gets sentimental.
Right. This is the
No.
After 10 o'clock hour.
I want to be with somebody.
I mean, it's not my show, but I'm like, join if you want to. Totally, Rod would totally be like, it's just, stepping out of bounds or whatever. I think he totally would tell me that.
I would tell you what? Oh,
you
Rod?
wouldn't? No, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's his show,
I'm always
so it's
especially in the beginning, I'm like, if I wanted to come and join, because I was looking back on the past videos, when was my first show that I came on? And I couldn't figure it out. I kept going back, and then I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, how did I get here? How do I just love Rod so much? How am I here? Where did it begin? But you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm here now, and I'm happy. It doesn't matter.
That's what matters. That's what matters. Yeah. But, so people are going to have, like, look at that. Like, one of the guys I used to work with, like, when I first started working with a company, this was years and years ago, like, he was, like, one of our top salespeople. But he would never, like, say hi to people. And he'd just be in our meetings all the time and just read the newspaper. He'd literally read the newspaper while the sales manager was talking and stuff.
Right.
And then finally, after a year, he started talking to me, and I was like, I didn't get it. Like, talking to one of my other guys. He's like, Jeff, he doesn't talk to anybody until they've been here for a year. Because he's like, you're new to sales, you may not make it. So why get attached
right.
to it?
Oh, yeah.
So after you've proven yourself, then I'll talk to you. Then he's like, so it was kind of funny. But yeah, people are going to have whatever.
I get that. I totally get that.
Coming into the situation from what their past experiences have been. We all are shaped by that. That's our biases. We're shaped by it.
Yes.
Right.
Nobody would recognize me at work. Like people that know me.
No.
Because I'm a heart, and I'm like, I don't want to know about the bullshit or the gossip. Like, for me to get attached to somebody I work with.
Part of you've like come on the show for that reasons. Like, I don't know if I should because
right, yeah, because like I work.
Like, just it's your fucking life. Like, live your life and do what you want to do.
I don't get close to people. I'm a very professional when I'm at work.
I don't even know where you're going with that, Gilbert. But if they were, that'd be their choice, right? They'd be able to do that.
No.
But the funny thing about CNN, so.
Fuck CNN, fuck Fox.
You guys are probably, I don't know if you've seen the commercials and stuff like that, but CNN was trying to launch CNN Plus because everybody does the live streaming.
Yeah.
The shit's already shutting down by the end of April.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what the hell?
And I'm like, you know why? Because nobody wants more news in their life. You get enough as it is.
Yes.
Right.
And then you got TikTok.
We get enough bullshit as we need.
If you're on TikTok, you can hear from people from. I'm so obsessed with Ukraine. I still am. I'm just
I'm almost kind of, I don't know. It's a sad situation. It shouldn't be happening.
We're tired of it. We're tired. It's not fancy to us anymore.
It's wore down. But then I just saw we're doing like another 800 million in package, right? That we're sending over. Which this may sound wrong, but it's not meant to sound wrong. But it's like there's a lot of people here struggling right now with the whole inflation type stuff.
Right.
So we're shipping money out of the country for another country, which.
Right, but we've never helped those people.
We kind of need Ukraine because they kind of block Russia from NATO, but at the same point, we have more people hurting here too.
Right.
So if we can send money for them that are hurting, why don't we send money here for the people hurting?
Right. But
we got homeless people in the middle of the street. They come out in the middle of the street literally begging for money when you start.
And veterans, yes.
Oh yeah.
But that's not what's in the news. Yes, we should. We should totally do that. But we don't. We never have. That's not what's on the news, because his mom, like the thing when we pulled out of Afghanistan, like I was we fucking made that such a shit show. Like I was so upset about, remember that? Like because Afghanistan had all these women had rights and all this shit. And then see, I already fucking forgot about it. The Taliban came back in.
Oh, they're coming back in. They'll wait it out. I mean, they've been doing it for centuries. There's like
right.
Then finally, we fucking got out, and I was like, we need to get the Afghanistan refugees. We need to get some of them and bring them into our home. Like, let's get the immigrants in our home, and let's take care of them. And
she was trying to figure out how to get some.
I was obsessed looking online. And I was just like so down and upset about what was going on over there. And then his mom was like, listen, I'm worried about you because but you need to worry about the veterans in our country and what we can do for them, but that's not.
Do.
Yes, we do.
But the thing with Afghanistan is we went in, we kind of broke it. So it's almost like the whole thing, you break it, you buy it type situation too.
Right. Yes.
Which is a little bit different than, it's like we go in and like we did Iraq and all that stuff where we didn't need to go in, but we went in and busted shit up. It's kind of like those people have a worse life because we got involved.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Versus countries like Ukraine where we didn't get involved, but now we're trying to help them and we're not helping the people. And then it's the whole thing of now we want to let people into Ukraine, but then you didn't want to let people in that are also suffer coming up from South America from bad situations. You didn't want to let them in, but now you want to let Ukrainian people in that are suffering. So it's a whole other soapbox I could get into that I'm not going to get on because that could be another hour by itself.
Yes.
And we can say that because we're lucky. We have a home. We don't have to worry about the shit that they have to worry about. Yeah. So I'm like, how did I get so lucky? How do I should be able to help people, and I
can't help a bazillion people.
And thank God for Todd because he's my reason. He's like, you gotta think, you can't just feel.
I understand, but you can't help every single person you come across.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Well, here's a question for you guys and for the people in the chat. So there was a question on Twitter earlier today, on Beer Twitter, and it was like, if you had not to worry about money and you could leave anywhere from the U.S. to retire, where would you go? Like if you go anywhere in the world, you don't worry about money, and you could leave the country. And for me, it was easy. It was Belgium. Because one, the beer, the Belgian beer.
True.
Just the landscape, the mixture of the different type of culture and stuff over there between the different countries, being in Western Europe. But I'm kind of curious if there's something.
It's hard to say because I've not been.
That popped in my mind.
Some people would say here in the state, some people said they wouldn't leave because.
Oh, I would fucking totally.
Some people say they would go to a different part of the country. Some people.
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. It'd be hard for me to say anywhere because I've not been everywhere. I've only been.
Just quit. Just let.
I know what you're gonna say.
I don't think you do.
I do.
I don't. I think you're gonna be wrong.
Well, you say, and I say
Iceland and Germany. Those are my two.
Right. Yeah, I was totally wrong.
Where did you think I was? Jamaica?
Yeah.
No.
She's gonna find those guys that had the
had the puppies, and I'm back. They're like, God damn it!
All those men in Germany just like my tits.
In Jamaica, you mean?
In Jamaica, yeah. They thought I had nice big tits. I mean, I do have big tits, but I'm fucking 44 years old, and if I take my bra off, they're like, "Are those your knees or are those your tits?"
Well, it depends how you're sitting.
that would be a good stand-up joke there.
Yeah, those your knees or your tits. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, true story.
Who would you say, Todd?
Or knees or tits?
He's not even a tits guy.
Walked right into that one.
Yeah.
It's like tee off. Hey, Murad, you should know better than that.
It's white man can't jump. It's too easy.
But the funny thing is that I don't even know. I have no idea where you.
No, huh?
I have no idea where you would pick.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, Belgium for one would be that'd be.
Is that in Germany?
Be probably
Belgium is a country.
That'd be a good place to start.
Not that important to me, apparently.
Germany might be a good place to start too.
Belgium has a lot of German immigrants and stuff too, though.
No, I'm saying I don't know because I've not been anywhere outside the U.S. besides Jamaica, so I don't know. I don't want to pick somewhere and be like, "You're living on dirt."
It's not going to happen. Just pick someplace.
No, I know, but I don't know.
You've seen places and stuff, so it's kind of just
yeah. I mean,
for me, it's just more the imagery and knowing the beer scene. That's why I would Belgium would be the place. You have these little houses, when the river streams, kind of like the Italy where the boats come by and stuff like that, and the food.
Lake
Belgium, Como, Italy is another one that comes to mind. Lake Como.
Yeah.
Belgium is good.
Maybe it's Greece. I don't know. It could be all kinds of places.
I mean, the red light district might be good. I don't know.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Red light. Fuck you!
Amsterdam
Are you with me? I thought it was just on my own.
If you're gonna pay for that, bitch,
never mind then.
Yes.
Never mind then.
I
thought I had clearance. I
thought he had a hall pass.
No, but you know the saddest thing about this story is Todd's gonna have to pay for it.
You better tan like Tucker Carlson.
Get your balls tanned. Get your balls tanned.
Sweaty balls.
And wash them real good.
I ain't gonna pay for nothing.
Oh,
maybe.
Maybe where?
The weird part of me, maybe sort of like Japan or Australia. Maybe
Japan would be cool. Australia would be cool. But Australia, dude, the animal scene over there. You got to fight with all them big spiders and the snakes and the kangaroos.
I mean, that part true, but part of the wildlife would be kind of the Australia. Kind of be cool, sort of. Also, would be in a sense.
You got spiders big as like Kias.
Big as your house. Like, what the fuck? What is that? What?
It's like Godzilla Island
right.
Oh.
My kids wouldn't know why I was watching someone talking about sweaty balls. Tell them to Saturday Night Live.
Sweaty balls. Yes.
Anybody that has balls are going to get sweaty.
One of the most TV shows. Well, thank you there, JT. We tried to make it a variety show. Most of them are teenagers. I'm sure they heard most, but I told them I was watching a live stream with beer involved. So,
especially when some certain person shows up.
The presence of Botox greatly increases the probability of asshole.
Oh my God! I want listen.
You don't want Botox.
I know, but
she does all the time.
Oh, she does for us. Exactly what us. That's exactly. She said she wants it. I'm like, I don't want somebody that has the same like. Are you mad? Are you happy? Are you sad? I don't know what's going on right now.
But I have evolved.
Sure.
I have evolved.
Ty, you know what you do is say, well, if you're happy, clap your hands.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Todd loves me.
True. Very
look
true.
At my face, or but I mean, he does. But it's also kind of like I have evolved from that because I would like to have all that shit done. But now everybody has that shit done, and you can obviously tell they have.
Like, why do you look surprised? I've been here all day. Why do you look so surprised? Like, I'm not jumping out nowhere. Like, why do you look so?
The Botox get the rock eyebrow.
Yes.
No, if Todd ever leaves me, I'm going to take the proceeds from the house.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't, though. I wouldn't. I just get.
You would not blow it on that, would you? Yes, you totally. You'd go live with Vanessa. You would go live with Vanessa and get you a farm full of dogs. Is what you'd do.
Maybe.
Gilbert said I judge people when they order honey garlic for their wings. Is that bad? Unordered honey garlic? JT agrees.
Indeed. Yeah. I don't know.
Jenny, you know what they say? What do studio A bitches and tampons have in common? They both stuck.
No. But I feel like I've come
That's
so
a good
far.
one. I like that one.
I've come so far about not judging people, but then I do judge people. I judge the snooty white bitches, but they're only snoot whitey white bitches because I'm judging them and I'm making them snooty white bitches. Yeah,
possibility.
That was good.
That was good. That was good.
So disappointing. I don't know. I'm just gonna order honey garlic. I do like some garlic, but I like. I usually like to get like the Thai or barbecue or a hot barbecue.
I don't think I've ever actually had like honey garlic either.
I agree, Eric. LOL. Hey, Mallory's. I was just thinking, where's Mallory?
What's up, Mal?
I don't know what you walked into tonight, but there's been a lot.
No, you're right.
No, me and Todd actually had a conversation.
Turn away now. Turn away.
No, we were watching TikToks and she came up and Todd was like, her hair's growing so fast. And I'm like, it is, but think about a man that gets a buzz cut.
My hair. That's what you basically you're saying.
It looks like it's growing really fast, but I mean, I'm sure it is, but you don't understand.
No, I do. I understand. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But from that point to now, it's like, it's totally grown a bunch in a short time.
Gilbert is on to a Sawdust Narnia little IPA. Lil
Lil John?
Like Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne? Well, John,
what age do you stop saying little? By the way, just saying. You're a 50-year-old man. You are not little.
Yeah, I'm like,
it depends. It could depend. You might have something that's little, so you might say little all the time.
There might be a lifetime commitment.
It very well could be. Very well could be.
Garlic pancakes would be good. I cannot see garlic pancakes.
Ooh,
I feel like
I don't know. Garlic pancakes would sound.
I like garlic, but I can't see garlic pancakes.
That seems terrible.
So I'm not like a domestic woman, but I've been really interested. I like hyper focus on some things. So I'm like, I want to try all the dishes. I want to cook all the like foreign things.
For now.
Yes, exactly. Enjoy it. See, my thing is.
Next week might be back to SpaghettiOs and raviolis.
But the thing is you don't enjoy. You're worried about what I'm going to do next week.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
What's better? SpaghettiOs with hot dog, like the Frankfurter,
or the meatballs,
or the meatball.
Oh, the
meatballs. What?
No, yeah, it's definitely meatballs. Correct answer.
The hot dogs. We never buy the SpaghettiOs with hot dogs.
I know, that's why they're good, because I always have the fucking meatballs. Maybe I like something different.
You went to the store today. Why didn't you buy some?
I forgot that even ever happened. Until you reminded me, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I like that.
I mean, those are good, too, but if you got one or the other, it's definitely meatballs.
I would say meatballs over the Franks.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, now I got to go to the grocery store.
How'd you get the Franks above the...
See, that's why I like you, Gilbert. You're probably like, but I don't know. I don't know if it was because of me on purpose or because I grew up in New Jersey. Because in New Jersey, everybody's kind of a dickhead when you first meet them.
We go get me another beer.
EG, I never thought you were a dickhead.
No, I fucking love.
I can see Gilbert. I can see Gilbert hit some people like he was.
But I can totally see that, though. Now that you say that, like, yes, I could totally see that. But no,
I'd be like, my man.
Right. What's up, dog? What's up?
See, trans, I know I'm a dick. My wife tells me all the time. Well, see, but you're Northeast like me, so it's kind of ingrained in us.
It's what you are. It is what she is. It is what she is.
My wife tells me too.
She says, I know I'm a dick. My wife tells me all the time.
I mean, it's just Northeast. We're kind of, to the point and upfront on stuff.
I said, she is what she is.
In the house, we're Canucks etiquette is understood. But see, in America, everybody thinks the Canadians are all very nice. So
until they had their fucking Trump rally with their fucking semis.
Well, the whole thing with the whole thing there was like they were against the vaccine, but like 90+% were vaccinated. So I don't know how that worked out.
It's not a stout.
But I'm also like I'm not saying you should do I think you should? Yeah, but I think it should be your choice whether you do or not. Like I don't think you should be forced.
Well,
no, you shouldn't
be
forced. It depends.
If you're around other people, it's different. If you're by yourself, I would say that would be the case. I think if you're involved with other people, if you're around other people, then it's a little bit different.
Yeah. Do I think you should? Absolutely. And I think if you don't, then I'm going to judge you. But I also think
you weren't judging. I thought it was a no judge zone.
I'm trying. No,
it was 15 minutes ago.
No, but that's not now. No, but that's.
It depends on the hour, Rod. It depends on the hour.
Like Will Ferrell in old school. I thought we were in no judge zone. I thought we were okay here.
Rod, I don't want to judge people. Todd, you know this too, because we have this conversation.
I know, we're just joking.
Yes,
we're just
I don't want to judge, but I do.
I don't want to, but I do.
Right, because
we all.
Shannon, doo-doo.
I don't want to, but I do.
Boom, boom, boom. Here's a plaintiff.
But I'm also like, with me, I had my experience in life that made me think the way I do, and the people that don't decide to do what I do had their experience with their life. Doesn't mean they're right or wrong. Like, in my opinion, because I'm judging, it's like, I mean, maybe you should be a little bit smarter, and then maybe they're looking at me and saying, like, maybe you should be a little smarter.
When Sue turned 44 yesterday, would you guys tell happy birthday? He's sitting next to me and does it now. I'm typing in, by the way, he's 420. Well, happy birthday,
Happy
Chew.
Birthday, Chew.
Me and Chew are the same age. Me and Chew.
Happy 420.
Smoke him if you got him. You smoke him if you got him.
So Chew is 44. But Mallory is like.
You trying to do the math? What's going on?
Mallory married an older man.
I feel like
Oh
this
no,
was
she
like
totally did. I feel like
I didn't argue with you. Okay,
I feel like this was a segment like a half hour ago. Just like a Dateline segment.
Mallory told me that she was like 38 or something. And I was like, we were thinking she was like in her 20s, but she's like 37 or 38.
Yes, something like that. I think so. I think you're right.
Oh, cheers, hoser. Cheers, little fruit. Yeah, we got happy birthday, Chew.
Happy birthday, Chew.
And this is why I like hanging out with you guys. That's why we like you hanging out with us too.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for.
That's why we like hanging out with you.
Take off, Eric. we got the next Canadian. One Canadian. It's like the old story. Remember, like
it's
when you were
a standoff. It's a standoff.
It would say 2 kids at a time, like 1 Canadian at a time.
No, but do you guys do this? Because, like, I'm all about the TikTok, but I will get on Facebook like once a day, and I'll scroll through, and if I see something and it's like catches my attention and it's kind of controversial but true, I'm like, that was an Eric Gilbert post. And you do it too, don't you? Yes. And then
Gilbert posts stuff that catches your eye most of the time.
Yeah,
I do like his old like houses and then
I'll
old
scroll
cars
back up.
And shit. Yeah,
like I don't even know who posted it. And then
that's totally
that's Eric Gilbert.
That's totally
and then I'll
Gilbert
scroll
post.
back up.
Me and Alan and Eric were talking about that the other day too. Like you'll see a Gilbert post. Gilbert posts are known. They're just known. Like any questions?
They are. Yes, for sure. You're like. Yes, they're so great. They're good.
I feel like me and Eric could be BFFs.
Oh, you guys could definitely get hammered together and have a great time.
That'd be so fun though. I'd like to do that one time.
Yeah. I'm going to crack open.
I'll sip like 9 of him.
I'm going to crack open another beer. This is the first time having this beer, and this is actually, I think, a pretty cool artwork and.
That's cool.
So maybe past 11th grade on this one, Shannon?
No,
I
saw it. And
I feel like it's like freshman year of college night artwork there.
No.
Yeah.
That's senior year at Yale University Advanced Art.
You went way above all that.
So this is the Fundamental Paradox Wee Heavy Scotch Ale, 8.5% ABV. Is from First State Brewing out of Delaware. So
nice.
First time, and I love the back of the can because the back of the can they give you different information. Like all cans should be covered with this kind of stuff. This is fucking awesome.
Yes, that's great.
Hot Butcher does it with their stuff too. So it tells you this one is definitely more to the malt side. You get a little bit of the hops, a little bit of the yeast. IBU 20 gives you even an SRM at 18, which for those who don't know, SRM is the color of the beer.
Right. Yeah.
Gives you the hops, Willamette and Chinook. Gives you the grains here. Gives you the, any detail that you could possibly want. Toffee, caramel, nutty. It tells you on here. That's is awesome. A perfectly designed can.
That is phenomenal.
Except
it takes all the fun out of the taste.
No ABV.
Nope.
It's telling you what to taste.
It's got the ABV.
No can on date.
Oh, nope. I take it back. It does have a date on here.
Oh.
So it is a perfect can. I didn't see that before. So it does have a date there right above the independent seal.
So there you go.
This is a perfect can. This is how beer breweries should be doing stuff.
Should do it. Yes.
Gives you everything you want to know. And I haven't had a Scotch ale in a while, so I'm looking forward to this one.
So did you get that when you back in Jersey?
No, I got this one here. This was the other beer hall video that I did, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it smells so fucking good. So fucking good. Oh. Nice maltiness, roastiness. Get that caramel coming out. Definitely get that nutty feel. Oh. That is a really nice amount of aroma on the nose.
I feel like your camera right now is bouncing up and down, so I wasn't sure what's going on.
I was kicking my leg.
Yeah. No.
I was getting a little excited. I was
just kidding, but now she admitted to it, so it's okay.
At least I won't tell you which leg.
I was like, This is the other hand, so you know.
Oh, that is smooth. I like that. So I'll have a review up on this one too, but nice amount of mouthfeel. Definitely feel this one all over.
Bad parents.
First date. You got it going on with that one. Mouse said thanks, Blake, as well. And then JT hit the long, big hit from the pipe for Chew's birthday. Happy birthday, Chew, for trans. 44, mere child, right? Yeah, compared to me.
Right, yeah.
Still got a way to go.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. He's going to be annoyed I told his age. Oh,
you know, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay.
He'll be all right.
It happens. It happens.
We'll tell him again next year, too.
So, yeah, right.
It was funny you mentioned that, James. So tomorrow I'm getting my booster actually done. Me and the wife are getting ours tomorrow. So we just set it up earlier today. My company gives me time off for getting the shot in case you have any like side effects and stuff like that. Well, I'm taking a half day tomorrow to go get that done.
As if you need time off.
Well, I mean, they give us 5 they give us 5 days for COVID time, right? So that's in case you get COVID or if you need time to get shots and stuff like that and everything. And I'm like, you get the shot. It doesn't take like a whole day or half a day really to get it done. But in case you do get some arm fatigue, at least I did the last couple shots. It's kind of like you want to come home and just relax. So it's like, if you're going to give me free time from the work.
Are you guys hiring? I mean,
we probably are.
Can I get a job with you guys working from my house right here?
Well, obviously, we're full remote, right? So, yeah, you're closer to the office than I am now.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, we need you here. Like, all right, give me like 2 hours. I'll be there. 2 hours. But Rajay, well, he needs like at least a day. Yeah. So I can totally get there way sooner. So,
but I'm like, yeah. So I set up my booster, and tomorrow I can take a half day to get that done and make sure everything's okay. So I'm not saying COVID's a great thing. I got to work early, but I'm going to go ahead and use it.
So again, are you hired?
Yeah. I mean, we give you a lot of sick days. I don't know if that's going to bother you.
I'm not. Yeah. I mean, I'm sick an awful lot, so that might, you know.
James said, I'll be 60 in July. Mallory, dramatic hamster meme. You're older than me, James? I thought I was older than you when we got together.
60? Really?
He'll be 60, so he's seven years old.
I would have thought like James is like in his 30s, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, we met when I was in Chicago a few years back. So yeah, he's like seven older than me, but he looks great for his age. So he's definitely, I thought he was younger than that. 44 next month. He's not alone. So trans up there too a little bit. So
I mean, I'm only 27, so I thought he was like in my age.
Right. Todd's the next level of Rajay BeerVentures down the line. So
I almost said it with a straight face. Almost.
60 years young, right?
That's right. Is the new exactly.
40 now. Well, shit. The 50 is like the what? New 20?
Yes.
Am I legal yet?
What's that mean for me? I'm like, I'm barely legal. I'm barely legal.
That means you're going to have a high school teacher.
Yes. Don't say it too loud. That'll be the next like Hulu movie coming out.
It definitely seems to be more of a rash now than when I was back in high school. I'm just saying, it's like, is there like some Facebook group where they're trying to bag these kids or something? Like,
I think so because I was totally like English teacher when I was like a junior. She was like the head like of cheerleading. Mm-hmm. Totally is like banging like the male cheerleaders at the school because like I come from schools like graduation of like 500, 600 kids. Yeah. Like it wasn't a small high school, so it was like cheerleaders were male, female. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, but now she's like the dean of all students. I'm like, okay, maybe that wasn't the case. I'm not sure. Maybe who was lying here? Was it the kids that I was friends with, or was it the teacher? Apparently, it's the kids, I guess.
I think back to when I don't know. School, I think there were two teachers I think of. Well, when I was in 8th grade, I had French, and our French teacher, she was younger. She was pretty cute. She was pretty hot. And then in 9th grade, one of our English teachers we had, she was pretty cute. She was older though. She was probably like in her 30s or so, like that and everything. But she had like that like dynasty, like Jackie Collins type thing or something with her.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. Like my freshman year, she was an English teacher, and I'm like, she was kind of like the head cheerleader, and all of a sudden now she's like the dean of, I don't know, principal. I'm not sure what she is, but I'm like,
yeah,
maybe then like she might have been in her 20s, but she might have been in her 30s. I don't know. Like you look back, it's like it's hard to tell what age is then. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to tell. But I feel like then she was in her 20s. Like what the hell? I don't know what the hell.
But I think like most of the teachers were kind of like not really held out as like being, fully desirable. Because remember in the 80s growing up, we had all these different movies about high school kids and teachers and stuff. So you don't really have that nowadays, but we grew up, we had that a lot about, obviously you go back to the 60s, they had The Graduate with Dustin Hoffman and stuff like that, but it kind of over the years kind of died down some. Well, then it's crazy that it died down, but in real life, it actually started to happen. Like,
well, then you had like Fast Times, Original Highs, kind of sort of like
But even Fast Times,
there were no teachers there, though. Right. No, yeah, except for Mr. Hand.
Yeah, Porky's, where if you got last seat.
Oh, yes.
But that was only teacher on teacher. You didn't have a student on teacher, really.
Right.
Like I'm younger than you guys, but
not much though.
My first like Ridgemont High was Hard Bodies. Remember Hard Bodies?
I remember Hard Bodies.
That was my first like, oh fuck, really? Look at that. Yeah. But Hard Bodies, I feel like came before Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
But you were too young for Porky's.
No, I knew, but Porky's took too long. That wasn't even, there was no
Porky's, I feel like Porky's
it was just pervs looking through a hole into the girls' locker room.
I feel like Porky's is more for guys than it was for girls, though.
Yeah, but Kim Cattrall was Lassie too. I think that's why I liked Kim Cattrall later on in Sex and the City. I think I had attachment to Kim Cattrall from Porky's to when she took over that role. So
it'd be like
even when she was on Star Trek. Even when she was on Star Trek, I still had the little Kim Cattrall thing.
I remember it's like, why was that? Why they call her?
They call her Lassie.
The Lassie, yeah.
You'll find out.
Now I'm saying it's like here, like now you know.
Yeah. You remember that from Porky, Shannon?
No, I want to know what year. Hey Siri.
You remember Porky's?
What year did Porky's come out?
Like 82 or something?
No, I feel like it was like 80.
1982.
82. Oh wow, there you go. Boom, right.
I was like literally 3 or 4 years old when that first came out.
Yeah.
If I'm watching Porky's when I'm 3 or 4, then my parents need to something needs to happen.
Well, your dad was totally watching Porky's then.
At my age, we were sneaking to see Porky's, so a lot of
right.
So yeah.
And Fast Times Original.
I got a question.
And then there was Hollywood Nights. That's another one that was a classic back in the day.
How old were you when you first saw your first porn? Do you remember when you saw your first porno?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I think we were like 15 or so, because we found it like at one of our friends' house. Parents, they had porno, so we like put it in the VHS.
Well, what happened to me was when my mom and dad were married.
I know what's happened to you.
The first time, my brother is 6 years older than me, and I was down in the basement, and the VHS was in the VCR, and I was.
You're not counting magazines though. You're just talking about movies.
No, yeah, video.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
magazines were a lot earlier.
No, I was in the 5th grade. So how old are you?
Why are these pages stuck together? Do what?
How old are you when you're in the 5th grade?
In 5th grade?
Like 10, 12?
Something like 10, because you're like 5 in kindergarten.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I was such a bitch.
10 or 11, maybe.
Because my brother was 6 years older than me, and me and my friend, like my parents.
Oh, I know where this is going.
And I saw it, and immediately they were asleep, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I just saw this video, like, I watched it, and it was like these women, and it was a pool table, and they were shooting pool.
Yeah, they were shooting pool.
Side pocket.
Vagina. the woman would sit there with her legs spread, and they had to. I'm like, well, that don't. Now I'm like, that's the dumbest porno ever.
That's why your friends were getting sick, throwing up because they didn't know what the hell was going on. And you're like, you're there I was first.
Like, now I'm like, that's not even a fucking porno. That's like
that was back in the Bush days.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Bush.
Yeah.
We've got Bush. We've got Bush.
I got Bush.
So you call 61 as well.
It's okay to have a bush.
Yeah. Kids nowadays are all straight pavement. No grass in the field.
What?
No, I'm getting close to 40. My brain feels 15 and my body feels 80. Not loving that. You got to split between the brain and the body.
It'll even out.
Getting close to 40 means
so
what?
Going back to the living question, JT said either San Francisco or Amsterdam. Amsterdam would be a nice little pick. I'd probably have Amsterdam maybe in my
red light district. Red light district.
You act like you never get laid.
I was thinking more of the weed and stuff, but yeah, I mean, that is there too.
I mean, but now maybe I might like the red district light too.
No, don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
No,
Scotland would be good too.
Yeah, totally be good.
Yeah,
I'm thinking golf now. Be like Scotland, totally.
But are there men at the red light district too?
I never heard about it, but I'm sure there probably are.
Oh, I've heard about it.
Oh, you have?
Oh, yeah.
There's men there too?
Huh?
There's men?
Not about men. Men went to there to see that. From where I used to work at. So they send like our plant manager and some of our technicians went to over there.
They got a TLC stomp stuck in my head.
And they were they were totally going, they went to Amsterdam. So it was like every single window, as you see, it would be like supermodels. And they were probably like 18 years old, maybe. But they were like inviting you in to do whatever you wanted, whatever you wanted.
Whatever on the menu. With all due respect, put an army helmet and fatigues on Shannon, have her face Putin. The war would end instantly. Shannon would kick Putin's ass.
Oh.
No, she totally would. He would run like a little bitch.
Oh my God, Shannon
would run like a little bitch.
Shannon would be like,
no more.
Shannon would talk the shit out of Putin. Like, do you think you're really doing anything that's helping the world? Do you really think you're going to help your country?
What's your side?
What is your end game? Do you
What's your side?
Win? You know you can't win.
What's your side? No, that's not what it is. I know it's not what it is.
No, I'd be like, there's a lot of pills that can help you. Yeah.
She'd be like, you're such a little man. You're such a little man with a tall order.
Yes. But no, I retired. I don't want to be president no more. I'm done. Putin, I'm out.
You know what? You don't have to prove anything to anybody. Like, you've done the best that you can do. You have done the best that you can do. And I know you mean well, and you're trying to help people. But, sometimes you just gotta just relax and live the rest of your life happily. Like, quit worrying about everybody.
He'd be like, okay, we're done. It's over. Withdraw everybody. We're done. Yeah, it's like, whatever, it's fine.
Like, who is this woman?
Who let this bitch in my room?
I'm like, you don't have to worry about everybody else.
Like, I can see now.
You deserve to be happy, and you don't have to worry about having control and power. Like, you are your own soul. Like, let's just.
He'd be like, too late for that. Whatever. You done let her in, I'm done. I surrender.
Take your shirt off and go ride a horse. You'll be okay.
Right.
Next to the country beard. Yeah, he draws some beer tips. Hi, Mallory. I'd moved to Massachusetts and stayed in England because Iron Maiden. There you go. I almost got another Trooper beer. I didn't get it the other day. I should have gotten it. So the Trooper beers are kind of interesting from England. But it's all based from Iron Maiden.
Oh, Rod. So we were talking about the countries you would move to. If you had to
Well, credit to that, bro. That was earlier. I did. Well, I walk into a lot of shit here. Yeah.
So, if you could move to one state in the country, not in the world, but in the country.
In the country?
One state. I know. Like, I'm very indecisive about a few things, but I know where I would.
If I can move to one state in the country, what state would it be?
Yes. Oh my God. So crazy.
I know what you would say.
What?
Well, I've been to various states, and different states have different things there.
I've never even been to the state that I would want to move to.
I know what you're going to say.
I don't think you do.
God, no idea.
I feel like if it was a state that... Okay.
You think too much.
I'm going to say, and James will like this, I'm going to say probably Louisiana because of New Orleans.
Okay.
It's such a fun city and such an area that I would love to be there, although that shit gets hot as hell in the summertime.
It's sticky.
I mean, it gets hot, sticky, hot.
Yeah, sticky.
That would be one of the ones I would actually love.
Louisiana.
The cuisine, the people, the atmosphere, the climate, the music. Oh my God, the music down there.
I could see that. I could see that.
You're making me rethink my answer.
I want to go there sometime.
The culture of New Orleans.
No, I do want to go.
Phenomenal.
Yes, I do want to go there sometime for sure.
I really do feel like that is the most culturally state. Like, I don't.
No, the state itself is not great.
No,
because of some of the history of it, but just in New Orleans.
New Orleans itself is not great, but
the city of the state, yes, because I don't feel like I could look at any other state in the country and be like, except for maybe New York, which is nothing I would want to be a part of, but
yeah. Well, I mean, but
not always.
No, I know what you're saying, but I understand what because I told him to go there because I've never been, so I want to go there.
What would you pick? I have no idea.
I would say what you were gonna say.
I don't think you know what I was gonna say.
Where would I want to go?
Mm-hmm.
Sellers.
Sellersburg. Yeah. No. I'm happy anywhere I am, but like if I could, I mean, I feel like I could be happy anywhere, but
I would go
that's
to
your house with the ambulance now.
Yeah, you hear it? Yeah. Every single day.
I'm like, I can totally relate to Rod when you had that.
Yes, every single day it happens. At least.
They're going down, their sirens ablazing, and somebody got a paper cut in Sellersburg.
Probably. Yes. Oh, my own ingrown toenail. I need help.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't walk.
A bad thing. We did have a bad thing.
No, I know.
But what state would you pick?
I would probably either choose...
Because I have no idea what you would pick.
I'd probably either choose like Maine.
Okay.
Or Oregon.
Well, you got to pick one. You one or the other.
Okay, got to choose one.
Yeah, one.
Just because maybe a beer choice, maybe Oregon.
Okay, so what do you think I would pick?
Wyoming.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's what you thought I would pick?
Well, I know how much you like. I know my white.
She's not going big sky.
I literally thought, I was like, no, he has no idea what I'd pick. And then you told your choices, and you said Maine or Wyoming. I'm like, oh my God, he does know what I'd pick.
You pick Wyoming?
You'd pick one of those?
Maine.
Oh,
Maine. Oh my God, I was so hopeful.
I would totally pick Maine.
But you didn't.
That would be one of the two, though. I thought you'd totally.
You missed out on the newlywed game. That would have been.
Yeah. Nope. God.
It would have been
like elbowing her in the mouth.
God, that was such a letdown. That was such a letdown because I was like, you would.
That's one of two. So why is that a letdown?
But you picked your two, and then you picked another one that was.
So is that like picking you and another woman, so I choose the other woman instead of you.
Not to mention you guys on opposite ends of the country.
That's her problem, not mine.
Is it though? I feel like you have more of a problem with that than me.
Mel says, Todd, you're hilarious.
Spit and rub.
Everybody's a tits guy.
No, they're not. They're not. Because I got these big old titties, and everybody was always looking at my titties when I was young. And Todd is not even a tits guy. And I'm like, that's my best. I mean,
wouldn't say I'm not, but
like he likes it. But it's like he's in a legs or an ass.
I'm in all equal opportunists.
No. I know. I think
just like my beer, I like all the equal opportunists.
But you're. I think he's an ass guy. I think you told me that before. I got a big ass too, but my tits were always what everybody looks at because.
Oh God!
They're fucking huge, but they're also saggy because I'm 44 years old. You know.
Gills have been thinking of moving to Belgium in the future of inflation now. Yeah, inflation is definitely crazy.
True.
Germany for me. Big Daddy said lived there for 2 years in the army, loved it.
Nice.
Her brother loved it.
Her brother lived in Germany for a while.
Yeah.
Was he in the army?
Yeah, he was in the army.
Yeah.
Wow. JT, I'm not this guy. It's all about that ass.
All about that ass. That ass.
I mean, if I was a man.
We're all mammals, Mom.
We are all. Yes. Yes.
Ooh.
I'm with this guy. Hanging and swinging are the best.
You're right at home.
Oh my God.
That's why he loves Shannon so much.
No, but you want to know one of the most unsexy things I ever said to Todd?
Oh God damn. Here we go.
We were laying in bed.
It's almost 11, so you can say it now if you want to.
And I took my bra off and I was like hanging over it. My tits were all like, I'm like, look, they're like udders. You remember that? Yeah.
I do remember that. Yes, I do remember that. How could I forget that? Back of the Riders.
Some things kind of stick with you for a period of time. Yeah.
I know. I should, there's nothing sexy about me. I'm just like.
I was like, moo.
I was like, they're like udders. Oh, that wasn't. That wasn't a bright spot for sure. That wasn't a smart thing.
Next thing rap song, she got them udders. She got them udders. She got them udders. She got them udders.
Yeah. And then one time, me and my daughter were in our bedroom, and I was like, I had this nightgown, and so I remember that time, and I was like, it was like a tank top, and I was like, hey, Kylie, let's see how long it takes your dad to realize this. So, and I put it between my tits, and I had like a tit hanging out the whole time, and I walked out. You remember that?
No, I don't.
Yes, had a tit hanging out of my nightgown. And I came in, and finally we were there for like 10 minutes, and he was looking at me like, "What the fuck?" And me and Kylie were like cracking up because it took you so long to realize that my tit was hanging out. Yeah.
I mean. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
I know. I should try to
blend it into the background. So,
I should try to be sexier.
Right.
I should try to be sexier.
Probably, maybe.
I know. God, could you imagine how much you want to fuck me if I was sexy? God, I'd never get no rest.
All right, good night, everybody. Glad you joined us tonight. I don't think you can. I don't think there's no segue ever for that. Ever. There's no ever.
But I am so grateful.
I think I do have a segue for that.
Good night, y'all.
And we're back.
Damn it, I thought I was leaving.
And we're finished. We're already done. It already happened. I cleaned up and we're back.
He said he's always about that ass, but they always be trifling. Natural aging is sexier than any plastic surgery, in my humble opinion. Yeah.
Exactly right, James. Exactly right. Exactly right.
Brains. Oops, too soon.
I noticed no one said brains. Yeah, well.
Manscaped. Yeah, they got the Manscaped tools out there now.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
There's no tanning kit with them, though. It's just the Manscaped.
Can tan your balls, but you can shave them.
Thank you for watching us on TikTok. That's so sweet. Mal says.
I do. I love Mallory.
Depends on how the meatballs smell, or so I hear.
Scrumptious.
SpaghettiOs have to have meatballs. Yeah, don't put the SpaghettiOs.
Agree.
The Franks.
I mean, I do have those, but the only reason I said the Franks is because I haven't had them in a million years, and I'm like, that sounds delicious.
Transitional jerk for my wings. Okay, I like jerk on the wings. I'm about to get my 4th fax, but I'm very frail. Yeah, I'm getting my 4th booster tomorrow. So, well, 4th shot, but it's the 2nd booster.
Yeah.
Right.
I rub juice bags the wrong way. I don't put up with their shit and tell people what I think. And don't hide nothing. No. Really, Gilbert? I'm shocked, I tell you.
What?
Mal is 37.
Yes. 37. There you go. Never would have guessed that. Absolutely not.
Me too. And perfectly.
Yep.
No more bathtub for us. Blake in the bathtub. His balls float in the bathtub. So he's not in the bath.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, that's what the bathtubs are for. Because he can't be in the bathtub where his balls float.
Makes you feel better.
Took off my face diaper last month. Gilbert said.
Face diaper.
Wee heavy swoon. Yeah, I like a nice wee heavy. Gotta have that date. Love Scotch Ale. Indeed. Scotch Ale. This Scotch Ale. You must feel like you're more
sophisticated.
Something like Ivy League sophisticated.
A little sophisticated.
I'll be
Scotch Ale,
please. Scotch Ale.
Yeah.
Would you like a lager? No, I will be having a Scotch Ale.
Yeah. Dummy.
Give me no damn pills.
Yeah. I don't drink that. I don't drink that water. What the hell?
Try to give me a damn Stella.
Oh, did you see that smooth move?
Best Scotch Ale I've ever had. Thanks, Rod J. Oh, Big Daddy, I'm glad you enjoyed it, my friend. Awesome.
Oh, nice.
It's really good. It's really tasty.
Nice.
So I'm going to share with people. Bottom of my feet were so sore I couldn't walk after my last shot. Really?
Oh, wow.
Well, it hits people different ways. I mean, I guess it depends how it hits your system and stuff. So, yeah.
Eric Gilbert, I know I've probably asked you this. I know Rod's a Pisces.
I agree, James. Only as old as you feel.
What's JT's sign?
That's right.
What is JT's sign? JT, what is your sign?
There's something about Gilbert.
Mike Tyson kicked some dude's ass on a plane.
I want to know what everybody's sign.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? If you're going to try to do shit, you're going to irritate people when you go through a water bottle. I would not choose Mike Tyson to be that person you do that to.
Right, exactly. Like, I don't care how old you are or how young you are. Like, that dude's fucking, I ain't fucking with him at all.
He's got the old man. He's got the old man strength now. So
I don't care how old he is or young
I feel like he did that so he would be on YouTube and everybody would be talking about it.
No, he didn't want to be on YouTube. He was chilling. This guy.
No, not Mike Tyson. The guy that did that to Mike Tyson.
Well, his friend was videoing it, I think. So yeah,
he should have got beat down like he did. Probably.
I was
deservedly so.
Did you do something bad as an English teacher, James? The teacher tales. Teacher tales. That'd be a new segment for the show.
Yeah.
Oh, I could totally see her doing that.
Oh, Matt was a music theater teacher or something. What did Mal do?
Oh, hey, yes.
Make this like a teacher confessional.
There you go.
Also, our teacher and yoga instructor.
Oh my God.
Oh, wait, what? Does that go to hand in hand? Yoga and art teacher?
Yes.
I feel like that's like a whole different realm.
No, it's not. It's an expression of your feelings. Yoga
if there was boys
art.
in the class, we'd be like, yes.
Yoga's pretty flexible.
Yes.
But I hear like people go to yoga classes, they do these flexible moves, but then they can't stop. They fart.
That's the men's view. But as a woman, she's trying to express her.
But there's little kids in the class who'd be like, yes.
You're working too much.
I heard there was a
Mallory,
lot of
I know what you're saying.
Go forward.
I know where you're coming from, Mallory.
They've heard of these 70s, 80s movies, never saw them. Being a rock guy, always at concert and clubs. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff from the 70s and the 80s that were out there, but there was a lot of good rock concert stuff back then too. I wonder if concerts today are as good now as they were back in the day, because back in the day there's definitely less rules on shit, so things are probably a little bit crazier.
No, they're not.
Which reminds me, I do want to see the Questlove movie. I haven't seen that yet, The Summer Soul. I do want to see that. Because I had no idea that was the same year that Woodstock was also done. So I'm really old enough to be your uncle, Shannon.
Yeah. It sounds like
I would never have known. But James say he was 60?
Mm-hmm.
Uncle.
Wow.
I mean,
barely? No. I mean, could be, but not logically, not so much.
I want to know where he's going with this, because like anybody could be my uncle if you're a year older.
Well, he's saying he's older. He's like 60.
He's old enough to be your uncle, is what he's saying.
Yeah. You're like
because he's 60, because you're 44.
Years.
So it'd be
he
like,
he wouldn't be your dad. He'd be your
uncle. Barely, maybe.
He could be a cousin.
So I'm going to start calling you Uncle JV.
Uncle James.
Uncle JV. Hey, Uncle JV. That's a new name, Uncle JV.
No, JT.
JT, not JV.
Oh.
JT.
Oh, I saw this.
JV's a different person.
Uncle JT.
So James might meet us maybe when we go to Michigan.
Wow.
No, Illinois. Well, yeah, if you go to Illinois, yeah.
Uncle
he's
JT.
in Illinois. He's in Chicago.
Well, no, he is. So is Mal, but we're going to Michigan for vacation in the summer. So
he was 11 when he found the Playboy in Dad's closet.
Oh, he's got so much shame. You Catholics got so much shame in your life.
R.I.P. Dad.
It felt really good, didn't it? But then you felt really bad about it.
But then you just go to confessional and it's all done. So
that's right, yeah.
And then the priest
Hail Mary, it's all good. Doesn't matter.
My 5 years in Catholic school, you go there, you go to mass, you get the little bread wafer, supposed to be Jesus, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You feel bad about something, you go to confessional, you let it all out. Okay, you're forgiven. Go live your life again. Oh, you screwed up again? Come back to confessional. Again. Oh, screwed up again? Come back to confessional. Clean slate. Yeah.
I always felt like if it's going to be a religion, like Catholic would be the way to be, because you can gamble, you can drink beer, eat fish, be like, I did a bad thing.
You could drink.
That's what I said. Like,
the Baptist was you drinking. Yeah.
Do it all over again. Like, it's okay. Do it all over again.
Not to mention.
You confess, so it's all good.
You go to service, you're in and out like in 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
And Baptist, not Catholic.
Not Catholic.
Catholic, you're out in 30 minutes.
Really? Because I always feel like Catholic, like weddings,
the
would be
weddings last way
45
they
hours.
Last longer than Mass does. When I went to Mass,
People would
sing a song here or there. Priest would say a few things, blah, 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 sing a song. You were out. Like, you go to Baptist church. You go to Baptist church.
Really?
My mom was Baptist. We go to church there, and it's like, dude, you're cutting the kickoff. We've been here since 10 o'clock. Why are we still here? It's 1 o'clock now, and we're still going through service.
Did you ever?
Oh no! Wait a minute.
And then people want to go. Then people want to go to the lunch downstairs after the service. Like, don't people have food at home? I'm trying to get back to the house right now. Why don't we have to be here for the chicken dinner? No, I'm out.
Had a friend whose good friend is married to a girl that's dad was like a preacher at some summer.
Oh yeah.
Her dad was like a preacher or minister or whatever. I don't know what his name was. I don't know what it was. But he said he went to church there one time and it was like freaking like snakes and shit. Like there's all kinds of shit.
Pentecostals and snakes.
But I don't think there was Pentecostal, but it might have been. But they was like going down, screaming down the runway or whatever. Like, yes. It's like, it's the weirdest damn thing. And he was like Christian. He was like, no, he went to, he was Baptist. Maybe it was Christian.
I just want the snake to bite me so I can.
It was like, he was like, it was the weirdest damn thing you've ever been to. And he was like, at the time, back then, he was like, religion, whatever. Now he's not so much, but it's like, it was the weirdest damn thing you've ever been to. It's like, roll him up in a snake, carry him out. It's like, it's all good. Like, they're all running down there. It was like,
when I first went to a Baptist church after being a Catholic for like the first 5 years, whatever, at school. shit freaks you out. Like people jump up, they yell back at the preacher, like "Amen," and Jesus, and they start just like dancing,
it's like
start
they
talking in tongues. I'm
like, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like they were speaking in tongue and shit. It's like, what the hell is going on?
The Baptist church is where I went.
Like, you're the devil. I don't care what you say. If I can't understand you, you're the devil.
No. So my mom and dad, we went to Mount Calvary Baptist Church. And my mom and my dad, you know my dad. And so my mom would try to get my dad to go to church.
Oh, God.
And Brother Frank was the preacher or whatever they call the people that stand up there and
you remember everybody. Brother Frank? You remember him?
Yes, Brother Frank.
Why do you remember Brother Frank?
Because my dad bitched about him so much. So my mom would make my dad go, and Brother Frank would get up there and fucking scream at everybody about Madonna. He'd be like, Madonna. And
like
Madonna
the singer Madonna?
At that time. I loved Madonna.
Like the singer?
Yeah. And he was talking about Madonna being like
she wasn't a virgin?
No,
like a virgin? No, bullshit.
No. But meanwhile, my brother was fucking Brother Frank's daughter in his house next. Lori, Brother Frank's daughter, Lori. My brother was fucking her next door in his house that the church paid for.
Your brother?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Good for him.
Not Brother Frank, but her brother.
No, Brother Frank's daughter. Brother Frank's daughter.
Brother Donnie.
And then Brother Frank, what happened to Brother Frank was he got ousted because he was fucking molesting children or he had an affair with somebody else.
This whole subject just took a turn of events.
Yeah. And my dad was always like, I'm not coming to church. Totally. Screaming at me about it.
Head jumped the shark. Head jumped the shark.
Like that, blew up.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the thing is, I don't even really believe that shit. My brother is like, so like, wants to save my soul. My whole family wants to save my soul. And I'm like, listen, I feel like Aunt Verdina and
that's your thing. Your dad doesn't want to save her soul.
No, not my dad.
That's
and my brother, they're afraid.
Do they say we'll pray for you?
No, they don't do that. But they're just afraid that, like, when we die,
they know
they're going to go to heaven
better
and I'm not. And I tell my brother, I'm like, listen, I probably lived more of a Christian life than you do.
That is true. That is probably true.
I'm more of a Christian than you are, honestly. To live that
is probably 100% true. Because I feel the same way. Like I don't have to go.
I have a soul, and my soul tells me what to do.
I don't have to pay 20%.
I'm an atheist, and like people say, well, how do you know if it's right? Like if you need a book to tell you what's right or wrong, then you've already lost.
Exactly.
Like you know inside when you're doing wrong stuff or right stuff.
Exactly.
Like
I always thought the same. I was always the same way.
I'm not an atheist just because I believe maybe there's something.
You're trying to hold out just in case.
Yeah, like no.
Play my cards just in case.
No. I'm an agnostic because I'm like, I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't believe in the fucking Bible and what they tell you to do. Like,
I mean, the end of the day is what gets you through life, right?
Right.
So
like, there's
as long as you don't pressure your stuff onto other people.
Yeah.
That's 100% correct.
My soul tells me what to do.
Like when her mom was sick, she had leukemia. So she's like, I want to start going to church. And at the time, I was like, so my mom's like Catholic, whatever. My dad never went to church. But
you never grew up going to church.
I never grew up going to church. Yeah. So I was like, okay. So if you want to go just because, whatever, if it makes you feel good, then we'll go. I didn't necessarily agree with it, but it was like, okay, let's go.
But the church we went to was more like motivational speaking than
but
preaching.
It's still church, though.
You're right.
You're still a church where people drove to get to some places tell you that you're good or whatever.
I'm like,
and then they started passing the ad around. It was like, 10-20% of your salary. I'm like, no, I don't think so because I'm like I already knew that beforehand, but like okay, we're here because she wanted to come. You know what I mean? Like,
and I love that you did that.
And our daughter at the time was like
3 months old when we went.
Or young. She was young.
Yeah, she was a baby.
So they had like a daycare, whatever. You can drop her off, It's like, okay, it's cool. It's fine, whatever. I'll go. I didn't necessarily agree with it, but I was like, I'll go. And it was fine. Like, it was fine. Like, if people need,
a good man.
like, if people need that, they need that. But I'm like,
but church
to me, it's kind of like the Easter Bunny and the Santa Claus and whatever. It's kind of the same deal. Like, why is, we don't go to the place to worship the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus or whatever. Like, why is it
that some people get?
That's what I said. It's like it's beneficial for some.
I understand where you're coming from.
Like, it's fine. It's like it's fine for some. Like, if you out there listen, like, that's fine. Like, I don't disagree with any of it because I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
you're agnostic.
I might die and go to fucking wherever, like, whatever, because of what I believe, whatever. I don't know.
It's all belief type thing, but I mean, I don't know. I've always been more science-based type thing. So.
To me, I feel like a religion back in the day was a way to keep people on the straight and narrow. Exactly right.
Yes.
To keep them on straight and narrow is like, don't just, don't go out of bounds because you might go to fucking hell, whatever. Like, that was kind of the way to control people, I think.
The root of the word goes back to Greek, meaning the mind, and to basically control people's minds in a certain way. So, in a way, religion is not much more than a cult.
Than the police.
Not the police, but more than a cult and try to control a group of people to think a certain way. So that you try to have them think under certain, and that's what makes it so strong. It's like when people get those beliefs in their mind and stuff. Which, again, if that motivates you, that moves you through the day to get where you need to get, that's fine in itself. But don't try. Like, I see, they just had that video of the guy playing a guitar on the airplane. Like, was that flight, like, the whole religious flight, and everybody was involved? Because if not, you're impeding other people's.
Right.
I would have fucking snatched his ukulele or whatever he was playing and
I would have broken like John Belushi in Animal House.
Oh,
to me, the end of it was, no matter what religion you are, it was Joe Holstein at the time when they had floods and be like, you can't stay in my house because I live in a fucking $35 million mansion. You can't come stay.
You expect those doors to be open in time.
You can't come stay here because of whatever. Like, dude, really? And like, you're one of the most spiritual people known to man.
And as a religious person, which I'm not, I would have been like, come here.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That makes me not.
And he like shunned everybody. I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious right now?
You don't want his $3,000 thread.
You don't want
once he got pressure, opened it up. So
Well, no, but before that, he was like turning away everybody. Like, you can come here, but you can't stay here. Like,
it just makes me sad.
Come on, man.
But it makes me sad for people.
That's a douchebag of a person. It totally makes me sad because he's like a big figure that people follow, and he can't come through in the time of need. Like, it's not.
And I don't mean to like listen. Me and Todd are like we're not total opposites, but like he's the reason I'm the like if I just could help everybody, I'd be in the fucking hole in the ground. And Todd's like, you can't help everybody. You can't like with Afghan. I'm like, we need to get all the refugees and bring them into our house. And he's like, we can't help everybody. We can't help everybody. And I'm like, yes.
Well, let me help some people to these comments here before we wrap up in a bit.
I'm sorry.
Gilbert said the 2 drama teachers in my high school were hot. I was 6'3" jock, and one of the teachers seemed to have a thing. She always so awkward around me thinking back. Well, you missed your chance then, didn't you, Gilbert? You missed your chance.
You missed your chance to live your whole fucking life.
You had a chance to get to that legendary status, and you
could have been like, yes.
Big Daddy says push his best. So he likes carpet on the yard. Amsterdam for the pet friendly socialist policies. There you go. Amsterdam would not be bad at all.
No, I agree.
There's always men in the red light district, and those men are creating. I don't know what the men are doing. Some bear hugs or something. Yeah, got 62 in my birth year. I thought it was obvious. Kickstones. UK would be cool. Yeah, UK would be cool as another country to actually go to.
That would be cool.
Is there no O in country asking for Arkansas? Illinois is best for the coming climate crisis. Plenty of fresh water. There you go. Yeah, as long as you're not getting it coming in from Flint, you should be okay.
Maybe Flint's better now. Maybe Flint's
no,
better.
They still got issues up there. I made the best ever Trans Am.
Still like Charlestown. Chocolate milk for water.
Yeah, Nola, nice place to visit, but living there is super unhealthy, mentally and physically. Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing is the climate and the music, all kinds of stuff. That would win me over as far as a place there. But there are other issues there. But I figure if I don't have to worry about money, I'm rich. So I'm a mansion up on the hill, so hopefully I'm okay. Culture only takes you so far in the 21st century. Yeah, well. Besides, New Orleans will probably be underwater by 2020. It is New Orleans and Miami are two cities that will be underwater at some point. Yeah,
that is true.
Miami is a fun city too. That's another one I love going down there. Well, I used to love going down there. At this point, I don't think I'm going back to Florida until they do some shit to fix that shit in that state.
Right.
I'm like Bugs Bunny cutting that shit off right now.
Yeah.
Cooper's Red and Black, my favorite. I have to try that one. I haven't had the red. My pick would probably be either Washington or Oregon. Got family in Vancouver. Similar climate. Don't like cold or hot all year. Plus breweries. Come on. Yeah. I need to go back to Canada at some point. We only been to Ontario, Toronto, which was nice. But there's so many stuff that we have in North America.
I've never been.
Yeah. Big day. Utterly, you fantastic.
Yes.
Not like udders. They are udders. We're mammals.
They are udders. They're udders. We are mammals.
Glass-fed milk.
True.
It's all like we try to entertain Trez.
Trez is just like, I'm just gonna comment. Not gonna make anything. No statements. Yes.
That's an age thing, Shannon. Well, Tis talk is better than sweaty balls talk.
True, and that is true.
Tits get sweaty too.
Yeah, but it's way better than ball talk for sure.
Maybe.
The old testimony does drop for some of us. Cream. Doppelbock is the German Scotch. I do like a nice Doppelbock.
Yes.
One of the Great Lakes Karma Simcoe IPA, new this year. Oh, very nice. My sign. Yeah. I don't know. My birthday is April 1st. He doesn't know what the sign Aquarius is. What Gilbert is. Gilbert's Aquarius.
April 1st? Come on.
I don't know.
April Fools. Well, maybe not.
Iron Maiden, my favorite band ever. They were the band that opened my eyes to metal. Well, there you go. I still say, it could be because I grew up in that decade. I still say 80s, 90s, best two musical decades of all time.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree with that. I would agree. I would agree. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Everywhere I go, everywhere I look at, they're always playing music from the 80s and 90s. I'm like, come on. I'm
gonna go get some water. Yes, 80s and 90s.
I feel like 80s and 90s, regardless, is like the best ever.
Yeah. I saw Wing last month. It was lots of weed smoking and acid taking. That sounds like a concert from the 60s. Would work. Tell Shady call him Uncle James.
Uncle James.
Chew was an uncle when he was 6 months old. See? So, yeah.
Oh.
Definitely I'll meet you guys this summer. Yeah, let JT know. JV is the one with perfect hair. Yeah, when she was getting confused.
JV's got the perfect hair.
JV's got the perfect hair.
Yes.
Rather exactly how my dad was. You wrecked the family car, no worries. I'll take care of it. Need some skins, no worries. Have 40. Yeah.
He's the only child, apparently.
Yeah. He was amazing, but not good at teaching me how to be a provider. I'm a Protestant, go to breakfast, stop for lunch, and stay for tea. Cake or death at Gilbert. Hey, Malt's in the house. What's up, Eric? Greetings.
What's up,
got
Malt?
a tall can of Hot Butcher double grid. Second person with double grid tonight. You
Oh,
and
wow,
Big Daddy both
nice.
have double grid. Pure hazy in the glass. That is a good beer. I have had the double grid and did a review on that one before too. So you and Big Daddy are both enjoying that one tonight. Y'all check out Malt Music for some good beer. I mean, it's a good whiskey review. Living by the golden rule doesn't require any gods. It doesn't. It's you know what's right, you know what's wrong. You don't need a book to tell you that.
Exactly. It's in your soul. You know, already know.
Like if you don't know, you better ask somebody. Yeah. Let me see here. These old ladies made great cakes. Gilbert said, "Great cakes."
Todd makes great cakes. I don't make any cakes.
Absolutely. I'm with you via Viva Atheism. Snakes don't talk. Yeah, it's you know, it's I went to Catholic school early on for 5-6 years. Been to like the Baptist churches, went to the Sunday school type thing. I was always the one asking questions on stuff, and I like to read and I like to investigate. And
yes,
that's what my path brought me to. I don't, everybody has their own path and how they feel. I have a lot of friends that are very religious, which is fine, but the whole thing is, nobody pushes stuff on other people. People come up with their own stuff. Like I had a friend ask me a couple of years ago, like, how did I become atheist? Because he knew we grew up in high school and stuff together in grade school. He's like, your mom's like really religious. And I'm like, she's religious, but I'm not. We have different paths. We have different things. And like, even my mom had trouble accepting it when I told her she was like, well, what made you become atheist? I'm like, what made you become a Christian? Because if you look at stuff, it's like, for me, and I'll just say it this way from like an experience as a Black person, it's like the same religion that was used that kept you in chains is now supposed to free you. It's like, doesn't make sense in a lot of different areas. And there's different things behind that too. So it's like, no, I'm not going to really go with that type thing. And then when you know history and you know that this story's been told in various other forms over years, it's kind of like, it's kind of a recycling of stuff.
But don't you feel like people that are religious and people that aren't, I feel like people that aren't are more accepting of people that are religious than people that are religious are not as accepting to people that aren't.
I do.
Yeah.
And I think there's an indoctrination that kind of comes into play with that. And it's kind of like the whole, and I'll just say this, the whole missionary aspect of stuff, I feel is off-putting because you're going to other countries and I know you're supposed to try to spread the word of God, but you're coming into other countries trying to force your belief on the other people.
Yeah. Because people that don't have shit and you're here to help them and give them shit. So they're like, yeah, I believe in it. Give me some fucking food.
Yeah. But those people are surviving in their own way and you're trying to do, and when you look at the buildup of Christianity, where it's come pretty much that either you choose Christianity or you die at the end of my sword type thing. There's issues with the whole thing. So that being said, we're not in the barbaric times now, but it's kind of funny when I see like people complain about some of the stuff that happens in the Muslim countries and they're doing that. And I'm like, well, there was a time when Christians would do kind of the same type thing.
Absolutely.
Kill people over. So it's kind of like, even though we're not doing it now, it has happened in the past. And so the Muslims are going through this different cycles they're going through. So and I feel like there's a less of a tolerance level in the religion side versus people outside of it.
Yes. And I kind of feel the same way about religion as I do about the vaccines. I'm like, now that it's available, I'm like, yeah, you can take your vaccine or you can believe in your religion, but we have a choice.
But see, I don't believe that way in that because I believe with the vaccine, you don't have to take the vaccine if you don't believe in it. But at the same point, it's different because you're around other people. So if you don't believe in it, that's one thing. But if you're around a person that might be compromised, you have a chance of passing something on to them. So that becomes more of a health factor.
And I was I believed exactly the way you did before the vaccine came out. Because I was like, there was nothing that could prevent you from passing it on to somebody else. So it's like, fucking be considerate and care about other people and stay the fuck home. Because, maybe you can get it and you could pass it on. You might kill somebody. But now I'm like, So now I'm like, if you're immunocompromised, you can get the vaccine or you can stay home. Like if,
But
so
even
I'm
if you're
kind
immunocompromised, you can still get sick if somebody passes it to you.
yes.
Right.
Do I think
if
that
you stay home, doesn't mean you shouldn't.
But I'm like, about abortion, like I don't think I could ever get an abortion, but I think that is up to you whether you should or you shouldn't.
Well, that's a different topic there, but yeah, I think it's always the choice of the person.
But it's in
I know what you're saying.
But in my mind,
it's your choice to get the shot
that's how
or
I feel
not,
about
whatever.
the vaccine. It's your body, it's your choice.
Like, but it's a different thing though, because if you're doing an abortion, it's just you bringing a life into the world.
No, I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
No. You should give a fuck about other people. You should totally give a fuck. Everybody should get the vaccine.
No, here's the thing about that is like if you don't get the vaccine and you get coronavirus and you go to the hospital, keeping somebody that might have a reason to go to the hospital besides coronavirus.
That's another part of it.
Then no, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's what you're saying. It's like that's kind of a difference. Like you should.
Right.
That's the difference in that.
I understand, but I also understand.
I feel like that's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying you should. I think you should.
No, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't. I'm just saying if you don't, I'm not.
But I'm also like, it's your body. And if you want to take the chance of dying.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like the people that don't get it, all of a sudden they come down. All of a sudden they come down with coronavirus. They feel like they should go to the head of the line because they had coronavirus. No, you fucked up. You didn't get the shot. Like
we're not
gonna put you ahead of everybody else because.
Well, at that point, if you get it, you should just stay home.
No, but I'm like, I don't feel like somebody should hold you down and fucking put a shot in your arm.
I'm not saying now. I'm saying
Do I think you should get it? Yes, you totally should.
Well, here's the thing. If everybody,
I'm not saying now. I'm saying back in the day, like back when coronavirus was the first of the thing, like
if
the
everybody
first
lived
virus,
in their own bubble,
whatever.
If everybody lived in their own bubble, then Shannon's point would be definitely 100% there because you're in your own bubble. You should do it if you don't want to do it. But if you're in a circle with other people, then I think that falls apart because even though you may not want to get it, if you pick it up, you give it to someone that's compromised and their system can't handle it, you essentially help to kill that person. That's how you have to look at it.
Well, I mean, I do. I feel like
that's where it gets into that.
I feel like it's the same thing when you go under a concert and this concert venue is like you can't come in unless you're vaccinated.
Yes,
vaccines
absolutely, I agree with that.
Like,
yes,
okay, it's fine. Like
there's consequences to be paid if you don't have a vaccine.
Exactly, that's what I was trying to say.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to say.
No,
like it's the same. Like yes, I want to go see Elton John, for instance, but you ain't had your shot, so you can't get fucking seen.
Right.
Okay. Well,
no shot, no seat. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
right.
Reasonable.
Exactly. No,
That's
I'm not.
reasonable.
I'm not saying it's not.
Yes.
I'm not saying it's not. That's what I was trying to say. Like,
I didn't get the beer whisper in here. Like, what are you arguing about?
No. What I'm saying,
we need Tom for sure. Where's Tom? Where's Tom?
I'm saying if you don't get it, there should be consequences that you have to pay if you don't get it.
That's what I was just saying. If you didn't get the shot, like you can't go see a certain artist for a concert, for instance,
but
or
you still have a choice whether you get it or not.
You absolutely do, but you can't go see that.
You got to pay a price if you don't.
Is that not what I was just trying to say?
I agree. What I am saying,
Rod, welcome to my life.
How many years of marriage again?
Way too many to count, I think.
Oh.
I didn't know you were going to get married in person.
I know you didn't.
No, I'm saying.
Thanks, Rod.
No.
All right. It's late. Time to go. Good night, everybody. Glad you all tuned in.
I feel like you think I'm disagreeing with you all.
No, but I'm saying what you're saying is exactly what I was just trying to say.
I know.
Over here.
And I know sometimes my words don't come out right. But yes.
Really?
No, I'm saying you should have a choice whether you do or you don't. But if you don't, yes, there are things you shouldn't be able to do.
Okay.
Yes. Absolutely. If you don't get it, then yeah, you've got to fucking stay in your house.
It's a novelty idea.
Well, some places are that way. Like some places, if you don't get it, where you
as they should, absolutely.
That's a novelty idea.
If you don't get it, then you're going to have some stipulations. There's some rules you got to follow.
JT says, hey to Malt. So, yeah, make sure y'all check out Malt for some great whiskey stuff. Eric does a great job there on his channel.
You know what you're doing, Rod? Like, I'm a dementia nurse. You are redirecting.
She's saying you
I'm trying to read comments. I'm not redirecting.
She's saying you have dementia, is what she's saying.
I heard the words come out of your mouth, and I'm trying to read.
I hear the words coming out your mouth.
When Todd tries to argue with me, I'll be like, oh my God, I love that color over there. And he's like, don't play those games with me. Yeah.
I'll let Todd argue with you.
You know when she does that, though? I feel like she knows when she's wrong.
Yeah.
I don't feel like anybody's right or wrong.
You say yourself up to the doghouse. I'm not commenting on that at all.
No, I don't.
Come on, Ryan, say it. Jump in.
I'm going to read James' comment. How old were you? God meant to us. I think the first time I started kind of going through it, I was probably around 12 or 13, and kind of things just weren't adding up with some of the stuff they kind of tell you from the Bible and the way things are done. I mean, the whole thing is just like you look at a lot of the Christian stuff, and it's not to like pig out stuff, but it's kind of like some of the people that I know that are like Christians are like, oh, these people aren't worth anything. They're bums, or like talking about the homeless type people, stuff like that, and everything. And it's like, if Jesus was here, Jesus would be trying to help the downtrodden. Like he wouldn't be calling them bums, and he wouldn't be doing all this stuff. He'd be trying to help to get them fed and do different things. And it's just like, it's a whole different mentality. So for me, it was just kind of like, again, stuff wasn't adding up to what people were supposed to be doing.
When they went beyond Jesus is when, because like I could believe in Jesus because Jesus could help. He would be like, until he died and came back to life, you know. But before that, I'm like, Jesus, he wanted to help people that weren't
he was down there helping the people that needed help, and he was with the prostitutes and doing the different stuff, and it's just like
you said,
Jesus was a fucking hippie, and people like don't want to recognize that fact. Like if he came back now, he'd probably get crucified again.
And he was like Middle Eastern.
You're right,
right. He was Middle Eastern, and now it's like Jesus' wife. You know, and I'm
also depends on which religion you follow.
Yeah. Like he come back now, he probably end up in Rikers.
Jesus.
Yes, he would. He'd be like, he needs some psych drugs.
I mean,
some psych drugs. Yeah.
Depending on what religion you are, Jesus could be black, could be like Buddhist sort of figure. Like it could be like whatever.
All the stuff in the Bible describes him more as a brown or black type figure.
Yeah. No, right. He was Middle Eastern.
And I'm sorry, if you're like Middle Eastern, you look in the middle, like back at that time, there wasn't a lot of blue-eyed people.
But what are the? I don't know about you because you're different. Like you are black. I don't know about you, but like I've never seen like a home that had even like my black friends. Like they never had like a Jesus that was like a black figure. You know what I mean? Like
because it's been indoctrinated just to this other Jesus type.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like I've never ever been in a home where like Jesus was another
there was
color.
An episode, I don't know if you ever watched
white.
Like back in the day, Good Times. Good Times had a great episode about that. Well, Michael was telling the mom that Jesus was black, and she had the white Jesus, and he had a picture of the black Jesus. He went to hang on the wall. And it went the whole thing. It was good. I tell you what, the shows back in the 80s. The sitcoms, they were just like, they were funny, but they also hit on important type stuff. You just don't have that nowadays.
What's his name that ran all those?
Norman.
Yes, Norman.
Scott?
No, what the fuck was his name? Norman something. That ran like Good Times, Different Strokes,
Good Times,
all those, like All in the Family. Like, that dude is like genius because all those shows like still hit home today. Like if you watch them today, like they still carry on
different
like
messages and stuff in them that were like,
yes, like 30 years later, like they're still active today. Like that doesn't make any sense.
I have a question.
Some of the episodes would even be like they would end like on a down note. It wasn't even always funny on every episode.
Right.
You're like, shit, that's kind of heavy right now.
Right, yeah.
I mean,
Norman Lear wasn't Lear. Norman Lear, yeah. Yeah.
And it's like
you knew that.
It's like it was just a different type of time. It's just like,
well, I mean, because they had like the live things here in the last couple of years, was like Different Strokes and was the
Jeffersons and All in the Family. Yeah.
All in the Family, but then they had Different Strokes, and the was the one where they went to girls' school, like all the girls' school. Facts of Life, yes, that was the latest. That was the latest one. I was like, they were so good, like they were so good.
Oh,
and it was like an episode of.
I remember.
20 years ago, it was like it was so good. Yeah.
No, so last night I did like a self-tanning.
Judy or Blair, I didn't care, but
no. But so last night I did a self-tanning thing. Remember last night?
On your balls?
No, I don't have balls.
If I was invited in, it would have been.
No, but so I did a self-tanning thing, and when you put it on, it's got like a guard color. And so Todd walks into the bedroom, and he's like, I can't even see you because, like, I just see your eyes. And you said, it reminds me of the Jeffersons when...
No, it's the Facts of Life. No, it's Facts of Life. Or no, it wasn't Jeffersons.
With the little... it was the Jeffersons.
No, it wasn't Jeffersons. It was with...
Kimberly.
Arnold and Kimberly and
Willis. What you talking about, Willis?
Yes, Willis. What was that? What was that show?
And that was like Janet Jackson. So there's a young show.
Oh, what was the name of that show?
Yeah.
But Kimberly was the white sister.
I thought it was Different Strokes.
It was Different Strokes. Yeah. Yes.
And he was
Different
like,
Strokes.
You remind me of Kimberly when she painted her face and she was trying to be black.
I don't remember that episode.
Oh yeah, because she was dating like a hunky, like whatever white dude, and so he was. So she showed up as like she was like painted all black, and he was like, nope, I'm not doing that.
But
so
last night I put myself I wasn't trying to do that, but it had a guard color, and it just was like made me look like really dark. And he was like, I
walked in, I was like, I can't even see right now. I was like, you remind me of like Different Strokes of Kimberly in that episode where she's trying to be black. I was like, what is going on right now?
I was like, it'll wash off because like there's a guard color, so it looks darker, and then you wash it off the next morning. Yeah.
But Rod, there totally is like an episode of Different Strokes where she was like trying to be black or whatever.
One of the things, I'm sure. Yeah.
And she was trying to like prove a point, like it didn't matter like what my family was, you know. And she like dated some kind of like big wig, had a bunch of money or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, I don't think I want to be with you anymore." And she's like, "Okay."
So is he white?
Yeah. Oh no, he told her it was white. Oh yeah. That was
him.
No, that was the point.
I probably saw it, so I still remember it, but yeah.
No, that was the point of the show. Was like she was trying to be like Arnold and Will. Exactly right. Yes, and he was great. Like he was totally way past his time.
Who?
Yeah.
Norman Lear that made all those shows. Oh yeah. That's what I mean. Yeah, he's like way ahead of his time for sure.
So Sad and the Bunny are for kids for sure. Yeah. It's the whole buddy thing for Easter. It's like, whatever. You know, Todd is all fairy tale. You reject 99 out of 1,000 gods. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny, like all the different gods that people have, but this god is the right one.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
It's kind of like Goldilocks, right? This is the right bed for me.
You're right.
There's no hell for Joel Osteen to go to. I agree, Eric. I agree.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Fuck Joel Osteen.
Such
Osteen and Creflo Dollar and some of these guys that just pretty much make money off of the misery of others. I mean, others are struggling, and they're saying, send us your $10, $20, $100 or whatever.
Right. And people that make
food on the table.
Yes, exactly right. It's like people that make maybe $100. Send me $100. I don't care if you're poor or not. Like,
but you know, I look at it this way sometimes. I'm like, if there is, because my favorite class ever in college was world religions, and I learned about all these religions. And some people believe in reincarnation, and you come back in one life and you learn something, then you come back in the second life, and you keep having all these lives. until you learn your lesson. And I'm like, I feel like maybe if there's 10 lives, I'm like on the 8th life. And then I meet some people that I feel like are in the first life. And I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
No, I get that.
I'm like,
you said that about me before. Like,
yeah, because I feel like I might be on my 9th and you might be on your 7th.
Chicago's a fun city too, although the coldest would get you there. But that would be one of the cities I really enjoy going to. Ontario, used for sure. The whole spot of Ontario is huge. But Toronto is a fun city.
Where's
you can name? I don't know. I do a lot of stuff. I do stuff on the music channel and stuff like that. There's good music that comes out in a year, but I'm saying as far as a group sampling of a decade, I don't know if much more out of the 80s and 90s. I just think there was a lot of the 80s were kind of like an idealistic decade. Everybody was just reaching for the stars. You went for it. You didn't have the fear of trying to go for it. It was like a generational type difference. It was kind of like
it was easy.
We're Gen X, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and we're going to reach for the stars. I
kind of know where that question is coming from. Is like, I feel like the people of today reaches back from like the 80s or 90s to get like samples of music or,
Yeah. But I mean, even when they had the 80s and 90s, like him, I didn't reach back to get stuff for the 60s and stuff like that.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
But I look at what I'm looking at is like the messaging, for instance, just like the 80s, like U2, New Year's Day, the lyrics and stuff that came out with that. Public Enemy, the lyrics that came out. NWA, the lyrics that came out. Billy Idol, some of the tracks that he was bringing out. I mean, just all over. There's just artists that were bringing out stuff that had this coming to age type piece to it that even today, when you hear it, still resonates, is what I'm looking at.
Right.
It's not like going back to the 60s and hearing like
a
Shabbat type song or something like that, or something from the 40s. It's just
right.
It was like a breakthrough type time in a lot of areas and a lot of genres. We had the rise of punk rock, we had the rise of hip hop, we had the rise of metal, we had all these different things that took place during the 80s and 90s that broke through so many different things that made it different, is what I'm looking at.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
70s is the best. James Brown and Zeppelin, Get At Me. Well, the 70s was solid too. I mean, 70s you had the breakthrough with the disco type era. You also had the classic rock type. I mean, every time I hear Dust in the Wind, it reminds me of being young. I learned to play pool at one of our local record centers in the early 70s, and Dust in the Wind was always being played in the jukebox, it seems. So every time I hear that song, it makes me think back to when I learned how to play pool and stuff. It's just, it's music.
Dust in the wind.
Music it ties different ways into different things. So I could be partial because I am Gen X, and that is my generation.
Right. You're right.
When I go to places now, you don't hear like a lot of 2000s music. You don't hear a lot of maybe the 60s music. You hear a lot of like 80s and 90s songs in a lot of places.
Yeah.
That you hear them playing, and it's just like other stuff has come out since that time. Why aren't they playing that more? Or why aren't they going back to other? It's just, I felt like there was something magical during that time. So,
yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah. The oldest of 4 though. 80s, 90s, and 60s. 50s is right there. And 50s had some cutting edge stuff too, with because you had a lot of the rise of some of the other like record labels, like especially in the black community, you had the rise of like Motown and all that kind of stuff coming out in the 50s. So
yeah, well, I'd say would that be more in like the 60s or no?
Or the 50s, like Motown with Berry Gordy and them. It went into the 60s, but the 50s when they started breaking out.
Okay, yeah.
Like you look at like Diana Ross and the Supremes and some of that stuff. They were like,
because I love like Motown, like, but I always think of it like the 60s. More so than the 50s.
It's funny. I was listening. I watched a video. It was a Showtime thing last year, but this year it was the for the 50th anniversary of Marvin Gaye was going on. And it was interesting because the video talked about how Marvin Gaye, they did not want him to release that song. Motown tried to stop him from releasing that song, What's Going On, because they felt it was too controversial.
Oh, wow.
And he was like determined to get that record out and everything. And you think about now how big that record actually is.
What's going on?
No, not What's Going On. Not that song. Wait a minute. You're thinking of Sexual Healing.
You said what's going on? I was like, what's going on?
What's the one? Brother. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, wait a minute. Am I thinking of the wrong song? I could be buzzed right now.
Maybe. It happens.
It does happen. Oh, it's brother.
Oh, yeah.
The song is What's Going On. And he's talking about the Vietnam War. He's talking about all this different stuff that's happening. He's talking about the races getting played against each other and stuff like that. And Motown didn't want him to release it because they felt it was too controversial. And he pushed and he was able to get it out. And actually, the way he got it out was almost like behind Berry Gordy's back. But it was just like, that was a song that transcends like that era. That's kind of like still hits today because it hits with so much important messaging. Chad said, "What's up, friends? What is going on, Chad? Good to see you, brother. Glad you can make it in before you wrap up here." Hey, the Jesuits made me the fire-breathing atheist I am today, JT said. They taught me critical thinking. 100%, Roger. Christianity was the slave religion, as was Islam. Yeah, it was just basically used to ingrain and control the thoughts of a lot of people. And you think about, you go back to slavery in this country, they didn't want slaves to read unless they read one book. What was that one book? The Bible. It was used to basically control their mind thinking on things.
Yes.
Taste of chicken, Mallory. Thank you, Flying Church of England. Caker, that's right. That's how it worked out for some people. All my supermarkets, we have a food section dedicated to Jews. Well, yeah, I mean, you're in the Northeast, so definitely a heavy Jewish population as well. Actually, here it's funny. In Baltimore, we have like Asian type hot bars at the grocery stores I've been to, which I didn't know was that huge of a population. So that was kind of interesting. But we have that, and we also have, I don't think we have much of the other ethnicities on stuff, but we may. I don't know. I'm still getting used to the area. But where I'm at here, where I live, ordering food is excellent because I get choices of like Mediterranean, Afghanian, Chinese, Japanese, American. So many different food choices we have. It's very diverse.
I'm getting ready to make.
No, where he lives at.
Just very diverse on what we can order for food. But Shannon, vaccines are a product of scientific method. It's been tested and measured.
No,
religious beliefs can never be measured or tested. Well, yeah, so that's the thing with beliefs.
I totally believe in the vaccine. I think you're stupid if you don't get it, but I feel like you have the right to make a decision if you wanted to die or not.
It's your choice.
Yeah.
You shouldn't jump ahead of somebody that has a vaccine and you're in there for that reason.
But you should have to pay the price if you don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. Like, you shouldn't jump ahead of somebody that has it.
No, I totally think you should get it. But I also feel like if you don't have enough brain cells to get it, then
can't help you.
That's a you problem, not a me problem.
That's a you all problem, not a me all problem.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. Trez says, exactly, Shannon. My friend died simply because he didn't think the vaccine was that important.
Right,
That's sad, though. That it but
it is, but that was his choice. That was his choice.
Yeah.
Nobody should be able to make you do anything. Yes.
Testing developed for 100 years, and the results can't be denied. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, people say, well, it's too quick on this vaccine. Like, you do realize they're kind of working off building blocks they've had previously.
Yes, exactly.
So it's not a new thing. These have all been built up over time. So
right, exactly.
They've been working for it with like a blueprint, and then they inject the disease or whatever into it, and then
Which I do blame. I blame the CDC kind of in that bad messaging. That's something that should have been relayed a little bit better than what it actually was. Been a while since I've had a Doppelbock. I need to hunt one down now. Definitely. I think I got that one, but Big Daddy said a Green Trans had a great Doppelbock he sent me, Rod. Solid beers. Like, well, I appreciate that, sir. I'm glad you enjoying all the beers I got out to you. So I try to do what I can do, Hopefully they all work out well.
That'll probably cost you like.
Can't be denied. Oh, Vanessa's in the house. Says hi. All she did make it in here on the lake stretch.
Vanessa!
Out in the world, something going to get you, and you take the risk. Yeah. Try the Fetter Doppelbock by Beguile, Mal. Yeah, because Mal's up there in the Chicago area too. So, hey, Vanessa. I guess people forget that we're being vaccinated in the mom's wombs. Don't forget about the vaccinating as kids. Yeah, we all had vaccination cards that had to be turned into the school office nurse.
Exactly right, Trey.
Well, and that's the thing. Before they made it such a political thing, people just got it. And it was just like, this is what you should get when you're born. Kids, babies, when they're born.
Well, not to mention, people went through the army, military, shots of the yin yang.
Yeah.
Like our friends, like Blake went to the Navy. He's like, I got so many shots, I didn't know what they were. Like, I couldn't tell you what they were. But he would refuse to get the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, you got a bazillion shots.
Because they made it political instead of.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm not getting
the problem, too, is that.
Why? Why are you not getting the vaccine? You already got a bazillion shots. Who knows what you got, but you get it anyway because they told you to get it. So.
Well, part of it was, too, from American history where American government has not been fully honest on the vaccines they were given to. So some people do know that out there as well.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right about that. You're right. It's not,
Yeah.
Science and politics should not be mixed.
No.
It shouldn't be. Science shouldn't be a political matter. Science is a thing where you're basically doing fact-based research and you're checking against peers that are running the same similar events to get a reasonable answer or an outcome that takes place. So it should never be political. But
yeah, it is.
Here we are.
Exactly. Yeah, here we are.
Vincent Whom, I got my fifth Pfizer shot next month. I have failed to grow extra head, therefore y'all can't call me hydrant just yet. I love Vanessa's sense of humor. Yeah, I'll get my booster tomorrow and I'm good to go. So ACTP, I'll pick up at Benny's this week. Benny's is a big place up in Chicago.
Benny's is great. I feel like Benny's is next to like
Wawa.
No, not
Wawa.
Wawa.
Wawa's the bomb.
I saw something online about the Wawa the other day, which I'd never heard of besides what Rod says. And then I saw something on Facebook and it was talking about Wawas.
No, I feel like it's like Jungle Gyms, then maybe Benny's. Wawa would be like a 7-Eleven that serves beer.
But they don't serve beer at Wawa though. You can't get beer at Wawa. You have to go to a store for the Wawa beer.
Oh, well, so that's not a Wawa then.
But the sandwiches are so good. I might get a Wawa hoagie tomorrow for lunch, actually.
Rod, what's your favorite like I'm not a domestic goddess by any means, but like right now I'm like shut up. But I'm like, I want to cook stuff from different countries. And so I found like a Middle Eastern dish I'm going to cook tomorrow. So what's your like?
Yeah,
Get a little belly.
Be here next Thursday.
Get a little belly dancing, Todd.
No, Todd's like, it's going to cost like $60 to make a fucking one serving because we got to get all these fancy spices and shit. But like, what's your favorite like?
So how much it costs?
Well, I got all this shit from our grocery list too, so I don't know.
No, I know. I was just kidding.
What's your favorite like dish from another country?
Well, I don't know if I have a favorite dish from another country. I mean, like the Mediterranean stuff. I like the hummus. They have different things like tabbouleh and stuff, and grape leaves. I like grape leaves that are pretty good. I don't know all the names for all the stuff, like the Mediterranean dishes.
Yeah, you can't fucking pronounce them. I mean,
yeah, I look at the pictures and I'm like, okay, I'll try that and I'll try that. See what happens.
Yes.
What about
Jamaican has this thing called a beef patty type thing where it's like it's stuffed dough with ground beef inside. Those are really good here. We have Jamaican restaurants as well that we get Jamaican food and stuff too, which is cool.
Oh yeah, Jamaican food. Well, we had an oxtail dish.
We get oxtails here. Jerk chicken, oxtails, all of that.
Yeah, it was like a jerk oxtail when we were the street food when we were in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And
I
it was
thought
like
talking about here.
No, and it was like
it's Summersburg.
like
what?
A food truck, but it wasn't really that fancy.
It wasn't a food truck at all. There was just some guy with like
on
a
the
barrel
side of the
on
road.
the side of the road. It's like
That's a
barrel.
food truck.
Yeah, well, maybe for them.
That's what I said. Not as fancy as a food truck.
Just a grill in the back.
Wrapped up, and it was in aluminum foil, and it was oxtail, and I think it was curry. And oh my god, it was so
good.
It was so spicy, but it was so good.
Yeah, I miss a jerk chicken that we had at the resort we stayed in Jamaica where they were making jerk chicken on the beach. You can't beat jerk chicken on the beach.
No.
It's like comes right off the grill. You're right there. You got the ocean in front
and
of
the
you.
meat pies. Oh, those meat pies.
Yeah.
Because next year we're going to be married for 20 years.
Congrats.
God,
congrats.
I just fucking know.
Fucking depressing as hell. Fucking 20 years.
How's that 20 years? I'm not even that old yet.
No, I'm a pedophile. You're older than I am. You're a fucking pedophile. But yeah, so we're gonna try to go back to Jamaica for our 20th anniversary.
I think we're gonna try to go to. I'd like to try to go to Europe next year.
Spain it is.
Whatever. As long as there is a beach involved, I don't care what we eat.
Well, yeah, I think next year we might try to go to Europe or something, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
we got to get to Europe at some point.
Yes, I agree.
You can't get at Benny's, only the brewery, JT says. So there you go, Mal. Make sure you hit the brewery on that. If you can get an illness or not, is this a guessing game? Drunk talk, time for bed.
It is time for bed. Possibly. That might be a true story.
No way I drunk my fifth 6 beers. JT's on the roll tonight. I personally have been affected with many weird fires and so forth. You've had a lot of stuff, Vanessa.
Yeah, I say Vanessa.
I feel like delayed drunk talk.
I feel like Vanessa is like the sci-fi human,
right?
That came to Earth.
Chad said, "What's your thoughts on the war in Ukraine?" My thought on the war in Ukraine is a
Zelensky is the hero everybody's ever needed.
Well, Putin has always wanted to put the old USSR back together, so that's kind of what's taking place there. He's old KGB, and now we're getting drug into something there, which I don't know. I feel like it's a bad thing. We hate to see it happening. We talked about a little bit earlier before you got here, Chad. It's like we just sent another package of $800 million to help out, but I'm like, we got people here struggling too, that we're sending money outside the country. But it's kind of a weird thing because we want to have Ukraine be independent, which is on the forefront of NATO and Russia. But can you fight all the wars for every other country out there? I don't know. It's kind of like, what do you do?
Damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Right. So,
right.
We kind of get pulled into it.
Because I'm like, fucking, like, the no-fly zone. I'm like, fucking do the no-fly zone. But then there's
can't do the no-fly
bombs. I understand that there are and that's why I'm like, I can't 100% say do no, because I know there's consequences. But my feeling, but some people have feelings and some people have brains. Fucking thank God for that, because, you need both to balance it out. I'm like, the fucking Zelensky is like the fucking president everybody needs.
Well, he's definitely putting up, he's put up or shut up. He's putting up.
Bailing.
Yeah.
I need ammunition, not a ride.
Yeah. He's doing what's needed to get done there. So it's interesting. I mean, it's kind of like, it just feel like, I don't know. For me, it's kind of like, don't know if the right term was lethargy or whatever. I felt like we were heading this way at some point anyway, where it's going to be us against Russia again. It just felt like this whole thing is kind of setting up there. Now we got the whole thing we just came out with again about not letting any Russian ships port in the U.S. It's like it's setting up for us to be kind of at a battlefront with them. My concern more is what's going to happen, one, in the next few months here for 2022, and then what's going to happen in 2024. Like I was telling my wife, telling Denise, 2024, I'm like, if the Democrats run Biden, who's right now got such a low approval rating and stuff,
God,
I don't feel like they can win. But if the Republicans run Trump, people are going to have feelings out. I feel like the Republicans got to sort out if they want to run Trump or not, or run somebody else. If they run somebody else, I think they have a good chance of beating Biden if Biden runs.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
And I think the Democrats are in a situation where they don't want to put anybody up because they're afraid you don't usually run against your incumbent of your party. But I'm like,
I don't think this point
people aren't fully believing in Biden, and Biden's losing a lot of the people he had that got him over the hump anyway.
Yeah, right. Yes.
So I'm like, 2024 is going to be one of the uglier years in the country, I think.
At this point, I don't think it matters if it's Trump or somebody other.
But I feel like Trump did, like, if somebody else is in the Republican Party, unless it's like fucking.
Ain't nobody gonna rank against Biden.
No, I'm saying Trump against Trump, because Trump in my opinion, made like Bush and everybody else seem like, okay, well, they're acceptable. Like, I wouldn't have a problem with them. So, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not a big fan of Biden either. Like, he's not who I would pick. But if it was like Trump and Biden, that's like a fucking, like.
There's nobody gonna.
Neither one of them are great. You got to pick the lesser of the two
Biden
evils.
or somebody else. There's nobody gonna run against Biden.
I mean, Bernie can't.
Like, there's nobody gonna run against him. Like,
and that's why we're fucked. That's why we're fucked.
No,
I think Biden has a select maybe to not run again. I mean, Bernie came out today saying if Biden didn't run, he may actually run, but I don't feel like people are going to vote for Bernie at 84 either, or whatever, how old he is.
Current president runs again. There ain't nobody else going to run against him.
And that's what scares me. That's what scares me.
I mean, but that's what's happened for.
You know what?
Historically, the Republicans.
I know.
I agree with
it's
you.
a big problem,
it's a big problem. But that's what happens in society.
But we'll worry about it when it happens.
And I mean, historically, the Republicans will probably win this year for 2022. So then you're going to have 2 years of kind of stagnation again, possibly, for stuff getting done. So it'll be interesting.
But, you know, I'm not against I'm like, there has to be a balance. I don't want everybody to be the same.
No, it's not about being against whoever. It's just
there's always got to be somebody.
But it used to be in the past where you could still have separate parties and people still work together. Right now, you don't have people work together, and that's the issue.
Y'all making me worry about problems that aren't even problems right now.
I have not lived this long by not seeing seeing doctors does help. There are many vaccines of various source available. Indeed, the age of reason, Rod. Right? I feel like the age of reason has been lost on a lot of individuals.
Reason is but reason is different to different people. You know.
Yeah. We're all getting Ronan if you're at risk of getting the shot. Yeah, that's the thing. At some point, you probably will get it, but you know, getting a shot should help you in that regard. Jesus reached the hand out to everyone, not just a certain few. True.
Yeah, that's why I could get behind Jesus. I could get behind Jesus. Jesus
was hanging with the AIDS patients and transsexual workers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it's kind of like if you were to come back now, they probably would. They'd probably call them a rebel rouser and end up putting them in Rikers or something, you know. Never existed. Imagine like, is that? Well, that's the other.
Yeah. Well,
for me, I, you know, some people, you know, I know they're getting into if it's real or not real. But
whether he did or he didn't, Jesus is the only person in religion that I could get behind.
Yeah. I have had AIDS since April 1992 and been fighting through it which is excellent because the doctors and the medical stuff. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And several illnesses for certain exposures and that's the thing, like the whole AIDS thing is kind of like, I feel like they'll never get a solution for it because they'll just keep treating it. Like some diseases, I feel like there's more money in treating it than ending it.
Well, I don't know if I ever told you this. I mean, I don't think I have AIDS, but like I got a needle stick when I was a nurse. Maybe when I worked at Sellersburg, I had a needle stick. I was giving a guy
exactly like them. Yeah.
Insulin injection. And then I'm like, oh, fuck it. You know, it's not.
Yeah, Norman Lear. Hugs, Vanessa. You're an inspiration to me. Seriously, it's awesome.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's an inspiration to a lot of us.
Yes.
Keep on fighting. That's what
matters
too. Yeah. I've been on death's door a number of times. I'm still here. That's like, what you got this time?
Yeah, she don't give up.
I guess, like, bitch, you ain't got nothing. Right. Oh, wait, why even stand in line for?
Vanessa's the ultimate warrior. It was easier to speak your mind on sitcoms back in the day. People weren't as sensitive. Yeah, that's true too. I mean,
yes,
you were able to hit on stuff, and there was a thing with it that the thing with Norman Lear is he had a way to, just like a good comedian, to walk that line of the humor and the reality of what we face. He was able to kind of wrap that all into one thing in his half-hour sitcom or whatever he was doing. You know, it's kind of like you watch George Carlin or you watch Chris Rock or you watch Louis Black or some of these other comedians that hit on real shit, but they hit it in a way where you also laugh, but at the same time you're thinking. Norman Lear had that ability to do that.
Yes, but yeah. And the same thing is like when they showed those replays, you know, like with the current cast or whatever, like the laugh things, like might have been 30 years ago, but that shit ain't changed one bit. Like we're still facing the same battles now than was like 30 years ago. It's like that shit's like, you know, it's just silly, you know what I mean? Like it should have been.
When that says a Smurf, that's funny. Let's hear the whistle, the Smurf theme song, pretty good. That sounds awesome. I need to get more magic mushrooms. They've done wonders for my depression. That's awesome, James.
Nice.
I was raised Episcopalian. You said I'm waiting the time federally that those and other drugs are no longer felonies. What's the drug laws? Thanks to Richard Nixon, pretty archaic at this point. I was a church organist for an Anglican Episcopal church for 3 years. Really? So Malcolm played the organ. Wow. Of course, when I hear the organ, I think it'll like take me out to the ball game.
Yeah, right. Take me out to the ball game.
Certain drugs in my first enlistment over a year. One in particular had me walking up a state park in the middle of a river. The large boat. Wow, that one had you out there. That might have been pre-Ambien. Nice. Our neighbors growing up played organ, including 3 huge brass pipe organs. And not necessarily bad. My experience with shrooms has been a blessing for depression. It's just not used to them in decades due to laws. Yeah. Resonates is a very personal idea. A lot of music from the 1920s resonates with me as well as the 90s, the zeros, the teens, etc. All my finishing gear was still there. I slept on a rock. Funny thing, back then, no one in the force ever bothered me. Well, you had a pretty good sleep, I'm sure, waking up on the rock 3 days later. There we go, singing in the rain. One of my favorite things to do. My thesis and lived through a musical and cultural movies, novels, and poetry golden age between 50s and about 2000. Yeah, everything has like a golden age to it at some point. Try to imitate the sing. It's the song. I tried to imitate the Sing in the Rain movie. Our light poles downtown beg for spinning around them with your umbrella. That was a classic movie back in the day. JT, I totally buzzed.
Oh, me too.
Most honest comment of the night right there.
That happens.
I completely agree, JT. Rob Review loves music between 67 and 70. For my master's degree, my paper on the hypercuban monkeys was the best. I stick to singing because I can't dance like singer dance. I can't either, but hey, try spinning, now the bones will break. Chicago has a lot of amazing food. Yeah, Chicago has some great food choices. You don't starve in Chicago. Vaccine medicine finally cures stop many more illness than ever before. Well, yeah, that's what the growth of science. Military repeats all the shots you had before you enter the military. Simple fact: the results of science, i.e., theory of evolution, sanitation, pasteurization, and vaccination that result in longer life expectancy and greater human happiness. True. All of that built us living longer now. I mean, back in the day, like you lived like 40 something, it was like a great thing. Now we're living like 90. Now you live in more people that are over 100. Like it used to be back in the day growing up. You used to have Will Scott be like, "We're going to give a happy birthday to so and so who just hit her 100th birthday." Maybe like one person, two people a week, or whatever like that. Now it's like you have a few people every day. Like it's just growing.
Like, damn, why I lived this so long for?
Yeah. And there was actually a report that said some scientists think the first person that's already been born that'll live to 150, which is interesting.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Terrible.
That's awful.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
I mean, I don't want to take half an hour trying to walk to take a piss. You know what I mean? Like, take forever. Like, you're walking all slow. Like,
85.
I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed
85
now.
tops.
Like, almost there. Almost there. I'm trying to be less heavy.
Like, woo! Gotta look forward to going to the bathroom. No thanks.
That's a horrible goal. That's a horrible goal.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, I don't want to do that.
That's the fun of Wawa in the state. It gave me my weekend. I found one called Circle K up here as well. Nice. My job retired in the military is named Military Public Health Inspector today. Usabuco. Meat pies are always good. Congrats, Vanessa. Life is fucking depressing as hell. Well, it shouldn't be depressing now.
It can be.
It can be. It can be.
Yeah. I
just don't I've gotten kind of in a little spin for the risky business. If you can't say it, you can't do it. Like, I just like fuck it all. Like I can only do what I can do, so fuck it all. If I can't do it, I can't do it. And I move on. I don't get caught up on stuff. That's not the exact line from risky business, but it's how I
close enough.
Close enough. Yeah. If there was a movie sequel if they ever asked me, would you like to see a sequel? I would like to see a sequel to Risky Business. I would like to see what happened to Joel later on in life. That was a great movie.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. It was a fun movie. Risky Business. You didn't see it?
I'm gonna see him come sliding through and then like break his neck.
Oh my God, that's awful, Todd. That's awful.
I worked for Pfizer Corporate New York City headquarters for a time in between being enlisted. Embrace our cyborg. Yeah, it's definitely getting close to the cyborg type future. Every country in the world should be standing on Ukraine's soil to help.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know where you go to. I mean, where does it all start?
Hey, Todd's filling up my legs, so we gotta go.
Because it said Ukraine. I was like,
my friend Max is journalist from Kiev, so I'm really following news from Ukraine.
Love you guys.
Yeah, it's about time. Where's she going?
I'm going to bed.
Well, I'm about to wrap up in a second. I'm just trying to finish the comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a plan. If they stop putting comments on politics again, two sides here. One would destroy democracy, however.
Yes. That's why we need two sides and not just one.
However crappy that seems. Yes. Yeah. How did the world create so many cupcakes? Hardly no one can figure their way through tribulations that come the way. Mallory Wakeman, Mallory says back. Yeah, the one and only Rick Wakeman. So they're talking, I think, Chicago speak. I don't know who Rick Wakeman is, so I got nothing there. But it is late. It is time to sign off because we do have to go to work tomorrow, although I only have a half day, which is good.
Yeah, we can't roll our bed, roll down the hallway, and then appear at work.
I'm off tomorrow.
I know you are, but he's not. I'm not either, but he can roll.
Oh, yeah. Malcolm,
a little bit longer.
Halfway down the hallway.
Malcolm Nass is actually former Navy military. So, yeah, he did go back to join Ukraine because he said he couldn't sit on his butt anymore here. So he was a CNN like kind of consultant and stuff. So he went over to help them there. Yeah, stop letting authoritarian dictatorships exist would help. Well, that would help for sure. Yeah. But not to end on a political note, but we do got to end at some point.
With that being said,
it's been a fun night. We've had a lot of laughs.
Yeah, if I'm telling it's done. It's done.
It was fun.
It was
always a good time.
It's always fun.
It's always a good time. Shannon being back here is always a great benefit. But we're going to go ahead and sign off. And thanks for everybody tuned in. We're glad Vanessa was able to make it. She says,
yes.
Love you, Vanessa.
Good night, Vanessa.
And we're glad Mallory made it. Say good night, everyone.
I love Mallory, yes.
We're glad everyone made it, essentially. So that being said, we're going to sign off, and we will catch you guys next Thursday night. Same bat time, same bat channel. Remember the old Adam West back in the day, Batman?
Same bat channel.
How will he get out of this one? Tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
But he will.
Next week.
Holy beers, Batman. That being said, we are out, and we will catch you then. Night, everybody.